on?
Live.
Does it work?
So anyway, that's the first time I saw a cat, but I was on so much psycho I thought I hallucinated a cat. Turned out it was Boulder.
They are small creatures. I appreciate them.
You've actually seen a cat?
They are one of the few non-mutated species around.
Now, Alvin, the more you talk, the more I don't think you've seen a cat.
I've been a small death claw now that I think about it.
Wasn't there like a whole vault that was just full of dogs and like one dude?
That sounds like the best vault ever.
that was your vault, Lanny.
I mean,
I'm
that was
not sure about that
dog vault.
There was one that was filled with panthers, though.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't the canon reason that you see dogs and cats
that-
is because they were like they just had a bunch of vaults with a bunch of domesticated animals in them?
I think that is in fact the reason. I'm not certain about that, but regardless,
We back.
we're back. Welcome back to
Hi,
Gateway,
everyone.
Yay! Not #1 show on the
Number one
Unexpectables.
show.
Do the noise.
I know you've been waiting for it.
I think we have
We're
that
back,
actually.
baby.
There we go.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Are you ready for one hell of a necessary recap?
Actually, does that mean I can go get a bowl of cereal? Because I have a feeling Connor's gonna have to recap for like 20 minutes.
Oh my
Well, I'm going to be
God.
reading off bits and subs as well, so before we do any cereal getting, let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves for those who may have forgotten our names, faces, and voices.
Wow.
Starting with Caitlin. Where can they find you?
Oh my-
And what do you
Oh
up
my
to?
god, you're starting with me, eh?
Yeah, you're first on the list.
Hi. Hey, hello. My name is Caitlin Elizabeth. I'm a voice actress. Wow.
Woo!
You heard me in Stuff and Things. I think the last thing that I got to announce before I disappeared into the void was Prince Florian in Mario Wonder.
Woo.
I love that game. I've been playing a good chunk of it. I think that's all my brain has the capacity to even remember. I feel like I was sucked into a void for several months and then I just emerged. I don't think I have anything to shill. It's just the beginning of the year. A brand new year, everyone. That's it for me.
New year, new deer.
New year, new year.
Aw, yeah.
Aw, yeah.
Spaced out for a second.
Wow.
Noted.
I was like, are you
okay, Connor?
Are you okay, Connor? Connor?
I did have my birthday yesterday, and I did drink profusely, so...
Oh no. Okay.
We just look over, he's just artifacting, T-posing through the wall.
Oh my god.
This bottle was full yesterday. Right. Well, up next, Laney Patul. Where can they find
That's
you? What do you
me.
go to?
You can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Here, that's Twitch/Lanny Pator. I've been playing a lot of Against the Storm. It is a roguelike city builder game where you're just trying to recon. It's so fun and it's so chill. Like if you just want to come by and vibe with me, I'll probably be playing it some tomorrow night. It is a chill game. Beyond that, working on a bunch of TFS stuff. Working on a big move I'm making later this year. Check out Yu Yu Hakusho Bridge commentaries if you want to see me go back and cringe through all of my early work. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Right on. Next, we've got, hey, Mr. Rabbit. Where can they find you? And what are you up to?
Hey, my name is Rabbit. I am a kind of a writer type, freelancey, trying to do voice acting, funny kind of guy. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Hey Mr. Rabbit. I throw my VODs on YouTube. I stream throughout the week. I play horror games, retro games, and RPGs. It's a new year. Been trying to tackle this massive credit card debt I have, and car trouble back in fall.
I
I
feel
got
you,
caught
man.
in a ditch, and then I had to get my car out, and it tore the entire fender out. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, horrible mechanical stuff too. Anyway, trying to get that all fixed up. And I was like, don't worry, I'll get it taken care of, Ma. And she was like, good. And now it's January, and I'm like, I'm trying, Ma. And on top of that, just trying to do auditions, do some writing here and there. Got into a lot of action RPGs lately. I don't know why. I've just been having the major issue play like Last Epoch, Path of Exile, and stuff like that.
So I was just thinking of the thing you sent Phil again.
Oh yeah,
This is Simpsons thing.
do I play Path of Exile because I love the Roman Empire? I don't know. But if you want to see if I love the Roman Empire, you can find me on twitch.tv/TayMrRabbit. There's me.
Right on. We've got Sarah. Where can they find you? And what are you up to?
I'm still on Twitter. It's Sarah with an H and with an E, Willia. Oh god, I don't know how much longer. Maybe I'll go to Blue Sky. I don't know. Ugh. I do the stuff. God, it's gone. I forget how long it's been since I've shilled. So I don't know. Gosh, I guess Grand Blue Fantasy Rising. No, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising just came out. I'm back doing Cagliostro, and also they're going to be releasing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink soon, and they dropped that I am back also doing Cagliostro in that too. So yay!
Nice.
Woo!
The
Yeah.
Right on. I suppose that just leaves me. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, and Tumblr at Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as well as Thursdays, where I'm playing God of War with Therapod.
Hell yeah. Which one?
The first one.
Very
so not
nice.
so not God of Sun.
So Ares.
Oh, no. Dad of Boy.
Oh,
The first Dad of Boy, I should say.
Oh,
boy.
so it is Data Boy.
Where he goes Odin instead of Ares.
Boy, we will do nothing, boy. We're just going to sit here in the direction of deer.
I'm just going to watch my Netflix. He just sees Baldur outside the window. He's like, oh, man. Okay.
One of the funniest,
I just replayed Ragnarok recently. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping they release it on Steam.
Sorry, I keep one of those random things I've seen is one of the fan artists I follow who usually does dirty crap has a random just not dirty pic of Kratos with that guy who's just a head, and he's just sitting in like a hot springs and holding the guy's head just above water, and the head's just going underneath, just slightly. Yeah, he's doing the bubble, and Kratos got this look in his face like, this is not relaxing me.
What you mean, brother?
Yeah,
Look at the bubbles, brother.
Yeah, the Scottish guy seemed like he's having a great time. He's just like, ah, yes, hot springs.
You ever wonder why I'm Scottish?
You are worldly.
I was one of the Celtic gods. They just went ahead and just dragged me over here.
If you ever play the Valhalla extension of Ragnarok, he tells a lot of stories about like shit outside of Norse pantheon, so it's interesting.
Indeed. Also, working my way through Yakuza Like a Dragon. And also Deus Ex Mankind Divided. It's been a rocky road on that one. It's been a roller coaster. The heights are soaring and the lows are plentiful. Yes. It was made during a very tumultuous time in Square Enix's history. I don't like it. But...
No, sir, I don't like it.
No, sir, I don't like it. But it's still Deus Ex. It's still pretty fun. And, yay. I'm also working on stuff for DM's Guild, releasing some 5th edition homebrew content, including the Photomancer's spellbook, the light spells. Working on that slowly, and I'm including a homebrewed spell that has the name of a certain white-cloaked warlock I play.
Ooh, that's fun.
That guy.
That guy.
Wolfgang Connolly, you son of a bitch.
That's me.
Well, yes. Other than that, I think that's all that I've got going on in my life. This episode of Gateway is brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Okay, hold on. Let's wiggle it out. Gotta wiggle it out. Die Hard Dice!
That's right. This episode is brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Tell me all about it in great
Your-
detail.
Die Hard Dice is, as always, your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. Recently came out with a new color line that looks really cool. It looks like sheet metal. It comes in all sorts of
Ooh,
fancy
that is
colors.
nice.
So head on over, pick yourself up some Die Hard Dice, a dice tray, or what have you at dieharddice.com. And if you use the code Unexpectables, you can save 10% on your order.
Do not forget the merchandise.
Of course, the merchandise. Our merch store, our spring store, has a bunch of designs that you can get in basically anything you can think of. You got stickers, mugs, apparel, banners. I think there's even dog shirts now.
Holy shit, that's great.
Shirts you put on your dog that have our logos on them.
Oh, I just thought it was a shirt of dog from a dog zone.
Ah,
Dog Street.
Nah, that's what I thought.
Scribbles
yet,
in
but
notebook.
maybe.
Idea from Monty to make merch.
I'm the idea man. The idea man.
And we may have a design coming in the future that is gateway themed, so be on the lookout for that.
Ooh.
But we also couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and subs from wonderful viewers like you. Starting with Captain Actually, thank you for the 46 months. Constable Mutton, thank you for the 46 months as well. IDC Witch, thank you for the 11 months. 100 years Gateway. Happy New Year. Same
Yes! 100 years, Gateway.
IDC Witch, thank you as well for the 200 bits. Happy birthday, DM. How about the Puppet Master? I guess that means me. I am the master of puppets. I'm pulling your strings.
No,
I can't say any more.
Even speaking it, you'll get DMCA. No.
I was about to say, I can't speak any more of that, or Metallica will come and rip my balls off.
No, it's just Lars. James Hetfield thinks it's funny as hell when his shit gets copyrighted.
Yeah! Stutz 92, thank you for the 100 bits. Big hype, excited for the gang to get back to saving the wasteland, one bad guy at a time. The Drunken Werewolf, thank you for the brand new sub. Tribal Born, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Yeah. Gateway is back. The wastes are in danger once again. Thank you for the 50 bits. IDC Witch, they made a Yu Yu Hakusho. They made a Yu Yu Hakusho was made into a live-action show on Netflix.
It was, in fact, and it's pretty good until it's not.
Common Striders, thank you for the 25 months. 1,000 years Gateway. Welcome back, Lanny, Rabbit, and Caitlin, and Sarah. What the fuck? What about me?
You too, Connor.
You're hosting us.
You're
true.
you're omnipotent.
Yeah, you're God.
Teehee.
You are Valorb.
I just make traumatic shit happen and then I go, Ato bleh. Benny Boy, thank you for the 31 months. Woo, finally back. Moojin Boy, thank you for the 1.5k bits. My god, it's Gateway with the briefcase. Gateway's cashing in. Snake Eyes, thank you for the 100 bits. It's time to return to the #1 show on the Unexpectables on Saturday. Let's go. Mootron 9, thank you for the 40 months. You are no longer suffering from gateway withdrawal.
I like that.
Mr. Insecure, thank you for the 45 months. Glad to get back to gateway. Kilroy Von Lotwick, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome. And finally, Zenlita with 100 bits. Connor may be the master of puppets, but if Kermit became a priest, he'd be the pastor of Muppets.
Oh, wow.
Pastor of Muppets, I'm saving these souls.
No, even sounded like Lars Ulrich will still kill you. He's mad. He's bloodthirsty. Lars Mania is running wild, brother.
He's running wild. Well, with that, you guys ready to get back into the wasteland?
It's been 85 years.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But is the wasteland ready to get back into the eight? Wait, scratch that.
No, Apex, no.
No.
Just picks up Apex, sets him over. Like, it's okay, honey. We'll get back to you.
I will
It's
sit
all right.
in the corner.
And then let's get to it.
Bye, cat.
Where is my... Oh, I gotta turn my voice on. Hang on. There we go. Hopefully that's still working after all this time. Ta-ta-ta. When last we left most of the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Alvin the Mechanic, and Louise the Scavenger, they explored the Brotherhood of Steel outpost in the Jefferson Barracks. The ally they'd brought with them, Scribe Devin, introduced the group to his superiors, Paladin Kimber and Elder Savage. The young Elder, being slightly skeptical of the group at first, was able to give them some information behind the massacre that took place years ago, which led them to having so few members in their ranks. This splinter faction of the Brotherhood of Steel has been unable to contact the Greater Brotherhood for years and are thus unable to shore up their ranks in manpower and supplies. The group then took some time to wind down after a long and perilous travel to consider their options going forward. Meanwhile, Cynthia was on her way back to the group when she got the sneaking suspicion that she was being watched. Her hunch turned out to be correct when she was confronted by none other than Bruce Dredd, who gravely asked, "Where is my brother?" What will this mean? Find out now on tonight's episode of Gateway. Oh, the voice didn't work? Ah, phooey. Well,
Well,
just pretend that was all crackly and stuff.
Yeah, use the power of the imagination.
And so, we pan back into Cynthia being towered over by this metal suit-clad man. You can't
that's
see.
right. He
you,
picked us up.
yeah, you can't see his face, but the tone of his voice is enough to let you know that he doesn't intend to mess around with you.
Hello?
I asked you a question, machine. Where is my brother?
Well, we were on our way to see him, if you'd like to put us down.
We? Us?
Kara and I.
You can't see him narrowing his eyes, but you feel it.
Is
He's-
not Dave also with me?
Is Dave with you? I thought he stayed behind.
He was.
Oh god, and Dave come back to existence! I forgot we had to do this.
Oh my.
He screams into existence after so long.
But yes, he was.
Yes, I have in my notes dragging Dave along, and then we were hoisted up.
Then
So-
yes, you would in fact, Dave would in fact be there. Yes. So he gently lowers you both back to the floor, or back to the ground.
Someone
he-
is feeling testy.
I need to speak with my brother now. You know where he is?
Well, she points in the direction she continues walking in and says, "Do you want to tell us on the way rather than stopping our journey?"
Fine.
And he will slowly walk next to you. He has a laser rifle on him that he does not stow or anything. He keeps in sort of a ready position.
Cynthia's eyes quickly shift to red, and a worried Kara face checks in with Dave, like, "Are you good? Should I kill him?"
Dave gives you a worried look, and he just shrugs his shoulders. I think we're fine.
And Kara's eyes shift back to blue. "So, pressing matters at hand, I take it."
You could say that. There's something I need to tell him that he needs to hear from me immediately.
And we'll cut away from this conversation to go back to the Jefferson Barracks.
I forget. Were we like just on our way out of
Yeah,
the
we
barracks?
we were on our way. Like we were on our way to go try to find Cynthia, I think, or at least
Yeah,
wait
you
for her
were-
at the opening, as opposed to having her walk through the hostile base.
Yes, you were on your way to go to the outskirts of the Jefferson Barracks, sort of the territory that the Brotherhood of Steel has set up for themselves. Actually, probably not this music. I'll go for... What's this?
Oh my god, I just realized why I can't hear any music. I'm not on roll 20. Oh dear god, it has been a while.
That would do it.
Sarah!
I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Ugh. I haven't had to be on roll 20 in a long time.
Sarah!
Carl!
Sarah! Okay, I'm done.
You
Yeah.
you make your way out to the sort of a couple of buildings that surround the sort of big open grounds of the Jefferson Barracks.
Mhm.
You see the two Brotherhood of Steel. They're not quite knights. They're more like recruits, but you see them. The ones who met you at the gate, and they're still patrolling.
I peer out over the what I'm guessing is kind of empty fields or hilllands around us.
Yeah, it's mostly empty field. Hang on. I neglected to open my map.
All good. I was just gonna ask if I saw anything other than patrols on the horizon.
Go ahead and make a wits roll.
I can do that. First roll of the return.
Gonna have to get used.
Oh wow, a whole bunch of stuff has changed down here. One second. There's now like a book-looking thing. There we go. Open
Gonna
up
have
the
to get
sheet.
used to the terminology of this game again.
Kabushka. That is a 10.
A 10.
Indeed.
So what you see around you currently, it looks like what used to be sort of a mostly empty field. There are occasional buildings that surround the area that you are in, but for the most part, the surroundings of the Jefferson Barracks are pretty barren. There's a lot of open fields and dead trees.
But nothing immediately popping out as shouldn't be there.
Yeah, nothing that catches your eye.
Okay.
You get to the edge, sort of the outskirts that you see sort of like oddly enough, a gateway made of brick. And it says it says Jefferson Barracks on the front of it. And it looks to be just like a little guard outpost at the front of this large section of territory here. Eventually, you are joined by the loud stomping feet of the person you know as Paladin Kimber, the old Brotherhood of Steel soldier that was introduced to you not long before you came inside the actual barracks itself.
Waiting on your friend.
Debating whether we should go out to meet them.
Yeah, well, if they know you're here, probably wouldn't do to stray too far.
Yes. I am just impatient.
That's fair. You two been separated for a while, or not you two, there's more of you. Y'all been separated like this before?
It's less a worry, more a there is a lot to do, and I am restless.
That's fair. I know the feeling.
Louise puts a hand up to her eyes and sort of squints into the distance. Wish she could have given us an indication of which direction she's coming from. It's a lot of ground to cover.
Well, the way I see it, they probably have to come through the front gate anyway.
If her note was any indicator, she'd be coming from that direction.
And I nod north-ish.
Ah, right. Gives him a pat. Good tracking.
So what's your plan once y'all meet back up?
It'll be deciding on a few factors. As we discussed, there are things in Clayton. Things that may assist you and make the effort against the greater threat easier.
Well, Lord knows we could use all the assistance we can get our hands on.
I say, just kind of like looking out into the distance, my mind racing with thoughts.
Any place we could go ahead and find any good material would be the best point for it.
Well, we've sort of exhausted most of our usual haunts, and we probably shouldn't be sending out too many more groups of scouts and gatherers, given that we've been losing them left and right. So unfortunately, I don't think I could tell you anything that would be helpful on that front, at least.
Yeah, no, that's no trouble at all in the first place.
Though when your brother gets back, we'll probably
When are you expecting him?
Well, not sure. Elder's a little pissed off at him. He just sort of up and left.
Apex nods knowingly.
Louise snorts.
Still, he's one of our best men. And
Continues to nod knowingly.
he gets us good results. Figured he deserves a little R&R.
Damn it, Bruce, you're a maverick, but you get results.
You're a loose cannon.
Still, it'd be nice to finally get things done once he's back. Well, I'm needed back inside. I need to get my tactical expertise once over for our situation. You're welcome back inside. Don't feel the need to ask permission from the guards out here. They know you, and they know that you got my blessing, and, well...
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And he nods to
Absolutely.
you. He nods to you all, and he'll turn around and stomp his way back towards the barracks proper. And you are waiting for maybe maybe 45 minutes before you see 3 figures crusting over a hill.
Hey, I tap Apex's shoulder.
I look up from the little sketches I've been doing in the dirt with my fingers.
Do I have a rifle? Do I have a scope on that rifle?
Do you?
Well, Cynthia gave it to me. I have to give it back.
Was it a sniper rifle, or was it just a regular hunting rifle?
I think it was an assault rifle.
The assault rifle does not have a scope on it. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, it
I
wouldn't.
tried to use it so I could peer through this thing and see if I could see it. Yeah.
One of the shapes is immediately apparent to you all, as they are significantly taller than the other 2 shapes and broader as well. The light does not catch on their armor and reflect, as it is sort of more matte and darker shade than most Brotherhood of Steel power armor. But you do recognize it, as well as the Deathclaw skull that adorns the helmet. You would recognize it as your brother.
Yeah, I stand upright.
He's back.
Squints. Is that your... Oh, fuck, is that your brother?
Yes. He must be returning, but
I squint a little as I try to make out the 2 much more slender frames beside the armor.
It's easy to catch these sort of blonder than blonde wig and the nurse's outfit, as well as the large white science coat that belongs to Dave.
and it looks like he found Cynthia, or she found him.
I start to move towards them.
Grins and breaks into a run.
As you all
Takes that as a challenge.
Of course.
I'm going to go ahead and smile and follow behind you 2 at a reasonable pace.
Cynthia, you see Louise break out into a sprint, followed by Apex not long afterwards, and Alvin sort of with a casual gait behind them all. Bruce sort of stops and takes a deep inhale and exhale, and he will move forward.
Cynthia will start to run, but her eyes will flash red for a moment, and she takes a more casual gait next to Dave. But you can see that every
with
once
him,
in a
he's
while,
fragile.
a little blue flash will make a step, kind of hop a little forward faster, but then the red takes over and walks by Dave at the normal speed.
Notably, Cynthia as well, you do not see Johann with them.
Oh. Okay. Slight cock
Just
of the
as
head. Curious.
it's like as she reaches Cynthia, Louise does not slow down. She has this grin on her face. She's like, she starts laughing, like, catch me! She lunges at you.
Oh, okay.
As Apex gets closer and notices that his brother hasn't broken into like a jog or a run, he starts to slow down and match his pace.
Okay. I'm gonna just do a quick body roll to see if I can catch Louise or not.
Sure, go for it.
I would be amused who goes for it, as Louise will, as the slowdown of Louise's body launching into the air. Is it Kara or is it Cynthia?
Well, we're gonna find out with this roll. 6.
Yeah, you were not ready for Louise to break out into a sprint and leap at you, and you both go tumbling backwards.
Of course. Oh, well, hi, darling.
And how do you?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm glad I can't feel any of that fall. That probably might have smarted a bit.
Yeah, I figure that's why I chanced it. Hey, Kara.
Eyes flash red, all the emotion drains out of the face. Just shoves you off and gets up.
Still laughing as she lands on her rear. At least she tried to catch me.
Kara dusts off the butt of her dress and goes to stand back over by Dave and kind of inches towards him a little bit more.
Louise looks up from the ground and sort of does hold out a hand up, sort of opening and closing her hand, like, help me up.
Her eyes flash blue. She rolls her eyes at herself and then helps you up.
Yee! Gives her a big hug as soon as she gets up. Oh, God, you have no idea how good it is to see you. Oh, and Dave, hey!
Oh, yes, there he is.
Hey, it's good to see you guys again.
Johann.
Glances back at Alvin and, Apex.
Apex is presently approaching his brother.
Alvin goes ahead and has a arm raised up in a howdy do as he's walking, his other hand just in the pocket of his coveralls.
Cynthia will walk up and give him a warm little hug.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
There's been a lot of shit happening lately.
I think I'm about to discover that, and I think Apex's brother has some news to report as well. So
Yeah, as the two brothers sort of get to about 5 feet between each other, Bruce
Paladin's dread.
Bastion.
No.
He slowly reaches up and you hear the hiss from his helmet as he takes it off and lets it rest under the crook of his arm as he looks at you with sort of a despondent look in his eyes.
It takes a moment for Apex to register emotion and...
What is wrong? Did you...
He kind of loses his words as his brother... the look on his face is unfamiliar.
You told me I should go back and talk to our parents. I figured that was a good idea. So I disobeyed the elder and I went out to go see them. And They're missing. The old farm.
Apex blinks a few times.
The old farm was completely gutted.
What do you mean?
They're just gone. And it didn't look like it was a sign of a struggle. I looked methodical and thorough. None of their equipment is left over. None of the budding plants. Everything is gone, including them, and I don't know where they are.
Apex kind of like reaches under his mask and starts biting at his fingers.
Are any of the rest of us privy to this conversation, or are we just like not hearing it?
I mean, you're standing right there. I mean, you would all hear it.
I made commentary so that they were going to start talking, so I think we all would probably tune in at that point.
He starts biting at his fingernails.
There are no signs of them. Not
even a note.
Oh.
They wouldn't move without saying something. What other groups are out here that might have interest in what they're doing, other than the Brotherhood?
I don't know. I don't think they would have gone to the Archers.
No, we would have heard something.
I mean, Apex, your brother says there wasn't a struggle, so to the very least, it seems like they moved on their own for some reason.
Maybe an escort if I had to think of it. Dredd, you said the entire place was gutted?
Very thoroughly. They didn't leave anything behind.
So that means all that equipment must have been moved out somewhere.
And you think that they took it with them, not that it was like stolen or anything? Like your parents gutted it.
If it was taken aggressively, there would have been a sign of a struggle.
Not if people were covering their tracks.
What kind of farm? What did they do?
Our parents are scientists.
Okay.
They found a way to deradiate soil in small quantities. And we're working on a way to mass produce it. To repeat the results.
It's something that
brought life back to the land.
It would have revolutionized life as we know it.
And I recall that. Who the hell would be interested in that? You know what? We're thinking and drawing up a lot of things. You investigated the place though. You didn't see any drag marks or anything of where the equipment might have been gone to, huh?
I grew up there. If there was anything that was out of place, I would have known.
Okay, well, do you think you have an idea of maybe when they left? Like how long they've been gone?
Not sure.
Well, so no struggle. The equipment's gone. What do we know about them? What were they? I don't know. What do they look like? What were they wearing? Do they wear the same thing all the time? What can we go off of to put out word?
Bruce will sort of raise a hand, and he'll look down at you, Bastion, and he'll get down on a knee. He's still quite a ways taller than you.
He's just like, Bruce would know this behavior. Bastion is freaking the fuck out. Like, he is stimming like crazy right now. His eyes are like darting everywhere. He's muttering incoherently under his breath. He's constantly chewing, like he's starting to kind of like chew at his fingernails to the point that his fingers are starting to get a little raw.
He looks at you and he says, "Hey, look at me. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna find them."
Where should we look?
Hey, Dredd, it's a lot of equipment they would have taken with them, right? Like heavy stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then they wouldn't be able to move terribly quickly, right? Can we guesstimate how far they went away from from the farm in that case?
There's one place that all information travels through here. One place where you can get the resources to do these things. Maybe.
Do you mean Westport?
Nods.
Ugh. Though, pulls out her pit. Sorry, go ahead, Alvin.
That sound logic right there.
No, my other thought is, pulls out her Pit Boy and shows it to Dread and Bastion. Okay, remind me again, where's your farm on here?
I think their farm is not on the area of your map. It's not on this map. It's off of it somewhere.
Oh wow.
I believe your family's farm was in Farmington, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ways away, a bit further south than the map allows. So you being on the very edge of this is you estimate just from the directions that Bruce tells you, you estimate that the farm is probably like a day's travel on foot. Probably around 20 hours of solid walking.
No, is there anything around your farm that they'd head for, like landmarks or something?
The reason they chose that land is because it was indiscreet. It was a place not well traveled.
Makes sense.
So if they moved, you think they would come this direction?
I don't know. It depends on what drove the move. And if it was their choice.
That's the real question.
Bastion nods, still, like, more gently chewing at his finger now that he's got his brain working again.
Seeing no movement, no Barracks.
I don't know. If they had that much equipment to move, I wonder if there would be any information at Westport. Unless...
Were there people still at the barracks keeping tabs on them?
It was just me. And I lately haven't really been doing as much as I should. Perhaps if I had kept in contact with them, this wouldn't have happened.
If I hadn't left, this wouldn't have happened, and a lot of other things wouldn't have happened either.
Hey.
No, he...
Apex.
I look back
Have you heard?
at Bruce.
Heard what?
The super mutants will be united under a giant psychic super mutant.
What?
I look to Cynthia.
Johann.
Yeah.
He was what we let out of the arena.
Yeah.
He showed his true form at the House of Magic. It was overrun with super mutants, and he started to have a breakdown over how mindless they were. And he snapped. And he grew so large, he wore a truck for a shirt.
What?
A
Where's
behemoth.
Johan now?
He marched off toward Vault 40.
Yeah.
Well, how
Or
long
a
ago
whole
was
bunch of
that?
them. It was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Maybe
lots
a day and a half.
happened.
It was about a day after you left.
What?
You had a conversation with him before you went.
Right.
Do you remember it?
Vaguely, so much has been happening.
Needless to say, he may pose a threat to everyone in St. Louis. Archers. Brotherhood. Even the ghouls.
But okay. Sorry.
He looked me in the eyes when he turned, knowing full well who I was. It's
Did
his
he
dream.
hurt any of you?
No.
No, he helped us fight those super mutants, but then he took a beating, and maybe it's how bad he got beat up is what triggered it. I don't know.
Yeah, and the tide just kept coming, and I got laid out, and Apex was holding his ground, and one thing led to another. He had this psychic force. I couldn't do a damn thing. It felt like there was a piece of rebar thrown through my skull.
It was that same feeling we all had at the arena.
The one I didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured that's because,
Right.
probably lucky you didn't have to experience that. I mean, scratches the back of her neck. I was preoccupied.
Wait.
Alvin will rest a hand on your shoulder. Just lightly rub it with one thumb.
But he didn't hurt any of you.
Johan? No.
Even when he turned, he didn't.
Well,
He dropped a building on us.
laughs
Okay.
despite herself.
Literally.
He whammied us a bit, though, with those mind powers.
But he never
in.
intentionally tried to hurt you.
No, but what he intends to do now is unite an entire army of super mutants.
And he made it pretty clear that if we make ourselves his enemy, he's gonna fight back.
He gave us an ultimatum of he's not going to go ahead and crush us now, but if we stand against him when he moves east to west, then it's no hold bars.
What do you mean when... okay. Okay. She closes her eyes, sticks her hands out, and just is obviously searching every thought in her mind. All right. He didn't hurt you. He just doesn't want to fight. Oh, that's what we talked about. Kind of.
What you mean?
Yeah.
We talked about... It's when we had met Kirk and Mott. And
All right.
he had a nightmare. And
Big guy like him had a nightmare?
yeah, we all have nights, don't we?
Tell me about it.
But I think he felt alone. And we talked about basically having friends, I think. Just having your people. Knowing you're not alone. And maybe seeing all those mutants made him feel like he was. I feel like I could talk to him, but if he's planning to march across and take everything down,
We need contingencies.
What it sounded like, at least what I remember, geez, what it sounded to me, Cynthia, is that he wants a community, and he's going to go to that vault with super mutants, and he is going to make them his community, one way or the other. And
He's a strong force,
and he's got the psychic powers to make them.
right.
it could be complacent,
So-
but I'm worried half as hell as shit if he moves, like I said, east to west, because that ought to made him sound like he was about to throw down for a white razor blood duel, honestly.
I don't think he wants to take it that far. But I do think it's important that maybe I just
Only
need to
he
talk
can
to him
decide how
again.
far he'll take it.
Right.
But we have
but
to plan for if he decides to go all the way.
Plus
We
the whole
can't
thing.
Chance
Sorry, go ahead.
that. We can't chance that.
Yeah. Plus, we still have to have a discussion of what we're doing about that vault and all.
Right. We don't really have any way to reach him at this point, right?
Not unless we just follow after him.
May not be the worst idea.
I look at Bruce. He hasn't
He-
spoken since I mentioned all of this.
He sort of has a shocked look on his face.
I've already informed your commanding officers, so they are aware of the situation.
You already told the elder.
Yes, and you're right, they are mad at you.
Slightly sympathetic look at Dread. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it was my own doing, so. I don't regret it, though.
So I guess scrubs at her face, just like, all right.
So there's a super mutant behemoth out there that can control other super mutants, is what you're saying?
It's not Dread. He can subjugate people's wills. As I said, he threw a bit of a whammy at me and your brother and Alvin.
Not enough to control us, but enough to disable us. We need a way to combat psionic warfare.
I have a couple notes and some things laying around that we found at that arena, but not enough to make heads or tails of it.
What did the elders say?
He said they'd have to look into it, that there might be sources of things that it sounds like something they've dealt with in the past, but they need to look into how it was dealt with.
It's beyond me. This is the first time I've ever heard of psychic stuff myself.
Me too. I guess the elder knows more than he lets on.
Big
Apparently
network.
there
That
was something out west that was similar.
I'm inclined at the moment to focus on your parents' Apex,
I am
though
too.
sort of gives him a squeeze on his shoulder. Though I guess, from what your brother tells us, I don't think they'd be in immediate danger, not if they moved on their own. But no tracks. Dread, your parents don't have like an underground bunker, do they? Like I just don't see how they move all that heavy equipment or anything without leaving just a single sign.
And I've seen pictures of big trucks and whatnot, but I mean, our Corvega is the only car I've ever seen move.
We did have a
Even that-
highway, but that was empty too.
That's why I feel like all answers seem to be pointing toward Westport. They have information. And they have potential allies.
I don't know. Long shot, Dread, but looks at her pit boy. Did your parents ever operate on any radio waves, like any channels? Or did they listen to any? Maybe we could...
Would I remember any communications they would have had? Listening late at night, hearing the crackling of a radio? Is that something that...
Sorry, I'm responding to a message real quick.
All good.
Because I don't know, maybe I could tune into something, or maybe when we get back to Riverside, we could try sending out a message to them. Furious typing! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Secret
He's just
messages.
right. He's just typing the word fart over and over again.
Right. Ooh.
Fart.
You okay?
Yes, sorry. My lower back popped so intensely that it
Ooh.
actually hurt.
Ouch.
Ooh, fat. Ooh, that's
Yummy.
rough.
I went on a 3-hour hike a few days ago with my sister doing a waterfall, and I planted a knee on a hard rock when I tripped in the river.
Oh no. Yikers. Gotcha.
It was a good hike. It's just, man, I was disappointed. I made it all the way through that hike, and at the very end, I just fucking face planted.
Oof.
Life be like
Not
that
in the
sometimes.
river, mind you. But the majority of my weight was taken on that rock on my knee.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit on my wrist too. Anyway,
Sorry, Laney, what were you asking earlier?
I was asking if potentially I had heard my parents on like a radio, like chatting with anybody, maybe not necessarily paying attention to the conversation, but if they had actually been communicating with some network of people. I know they traded, so.
Make a wits roll, I think, for this.
Sure, I can do that. Hold up. Where'd my dice roller go? Okay, pull it back up. Hup, boo! That's a 10.
yeah.
You know, your
memory
parents were sort of hush hush about what they about you talking and meeting with other people, just due to the nature of their work and how like seismically it could shift the way the world works if they were to succeed. So they were very secretive about that, but you know they did keep in contact with like traveling traders, merchant caravans, stuff like that, just so they could get their hands on supplies that they would need.
Over the radio waves?
Now,
They did have
would
a
I,
radio,
now would I
yes.
remember whatever? Now would I remember what code name they would use or what frequency they would use? Out of curiosity.
You did get a 10. Yeah, I think you would. Being a curious kid back then, you would have had an interest in what they were doing and what they were being so secretive about. And I think you may have seen an old frequency they left on their radio. So you would know at least one. You would know at least one of the frequencies they would use.
All right. I say the number out, like, just kind of robotically, as if I'm, like, repeating something that I'd memorized.
Okay. Louise will tune to that frequency and give it a listen.
You tune your radio to the frequency that Apex repeats out to you. However, you don't hear anything, just radio silence.
Okay, I guess they're not on it, but
Maybe
sort of shrugs. At least Apex, when we get back to Riverside, we could use the radio there and try putting out our own call on it.
we could use the radio at Westport too.
He says, like, you can tell he's not in a good place right now.
Wait,
And he's really trying to put a lot of this frustration into some form of forward action.
wait. Did you say the frequency was used for traders and whatnot?
Yes. They would communicate with what goods they would have and what goods they would trade for.
Our mom and dad
Rearrange
they had a trusted network of people that they would do business with.
I'll give a glance over at Savage. No, not Savage. Dread.
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. You think, since it is a network of traders and whatnot, honestly, Apex is onto something with the Westport. All those traders would have to go ahead and go through Westport to resupply. Either that or probably Frontenac Plaza.
It'd be worth asking around. I'm not sure how many people in this area know who our parents are. I'm not certain how many people they kept in contact with, but...
Do you have any idea in their network who they talk to? Aside from traders, any trusted friends, anything like that?
It was mostly traders after they split with the Brotherhood. At
Where are
least
my
that's
dice?
what I remember.
God, he's gonna roll!
Here he goes.
Let's see what Bruce knows.
He is older.
Is he as big as...
Why?
He might have a more
Stronger,
keen
too.
memory of some things.
He looks like a guy from Turok too, huh? Bruce Dredd.
Now I'm just thinking of the cranial bore, one of the most badass weapons in FPSs.
It was so cool. I love the cranial bore.
Okay, it's not bad. Also, for those of you who may or may not remember what Bruce looks like, here you go, a picture
my
by
brother.
Darky Arts.
That's... God, look at that Metal Gear motherfucker.
Yeah, I hear Old Snake when I look at that picture. Cat Dave.
Not a bad roll.
Liberty Prime.
I think they kept in contact with an old friend of theirs.
I looked at him.
I'm not sure who or where.
Wait, you said they were scientists?
Yeah, they were botanists, biologists, whatever you want to call them. They worked on plants and ways they could de-radiate soil and basically revolutionize farming.
Bring it back.
Their success was
Cynthia's-
mixed, but
Cynthia kind of looks back and forth between Apex and Bruce. Really studies. Does Bruce have his mask on still?
no, he does not.
Okay, she really studies Bruce's face for a minute. Leans in. What were your parents' names?
I need to access my notes.
Really, really quick.
Speaking of names, I miss fucking A and fucking L.
I know. They were
They're
really
doing-
great.
They're doing fucking well.
Our parents' names were Martin and Aaron. Martin and Aaron Dredd.
No shit.
He sort of tilts his head.
Apex tilts it the opposite way.
Louise gets grin. Cynthia, you sound like you got a lead or something.
I raise a singular eyebrow.
I'm happy to report that your parents are fine.
What do you know?
He says, like, kind of like reaching forward and like grabbing you by the shoulders. Not in a threatening way, but in a I need to know right now way.
Cynthia looks over to Dave.
Well,
I
yeah,
snapped to Dave.
All right,
Cyn-
we met your parents.
I walk over to Dave. I grab him by the shoulders.
Cynthia then goes up behind Apex and sits her hands on his shoulders. They were injured. We were treating them. That's why I was called.
Yeah. Funny thing about that, I think we know who your parents might have been old pals with.
Yeah. Oh,
I keep staring.
Cynthia just puts a finger to her lips, looking around at everyone who is currently listening to this conversation. This has just become a private conversation, and anyone who is not, and points at all of the party, needs to leave at the moment.
you're talking about my parents, though.
I look to Cynthia.
Glances at Alvin and then sort of back at Cynthia. Does that mean we need to go? Should we go somewhere?
Louise. Listen, this has now become a very sensitive topic. A Savage is there, correct?
No, Elder
Bruce
Savage is
Dredd.
not here. Bruce.
Or there was someone else, was there not?
I
no,
think it's just us.
Oh,
Paladin-
he stayed at the gate.
Yeah,
That's
Paladin
right.
Kimber went back inside the big main building. There is nobody else here except for Bruce
And Dave.
and Dave.
Right.
But
But
only
he knows
when we remember
but Dave
him.
knows everything.
Cynthia really looks Bruce up and down.
I look over to Bruce.
Well,
It will be quicker to get the information.
Bruce, it's not that I don't want to tell you, but I can tell you that your parents are fine. We saw to that. But all the information surrounding that information, I cannot share with you.
Make a charm. Make a charm. Wait, is that it? Charm?
Yeah.
Make a charm roll.
Sounds right to me.
Right?
-1.
Oh, wowie.
You are discussing information about his parents.
I understand. 11.
Ooh!
I'm
Yep.
very convincing.
He looks at you long and hard for a moment, and then he
She
lets out
is-
a long sigh.
Straight-faced. Like, this, I can't. I'm sorry.
He looks over at Bastion, locks eyes with his brother for a moment.
I lock eyes with him. I give him a nod, like, it'll be okay. This isn't information, like, the information you're missing is not something you need, kind of nod.
He leans down, picks up his helmet, and he puts it back on.
We'll be
Come
back
see-
at the barracks soon.
come see me inside when you're done.
I nod.
He trots off. Notably, his power armor is significantly quieter than Paladin Kimber's.
I say to him as he, like, starts to walk off.
You should go get your chewing out of the way.
Right.
Thank you, Bruce.
For the record, that one old guy seems to be on your side.
Apex watches him walk off, and it reminds him of when he was young and he would like disobey father's orders, and he'd have to go get a talking to then as well. And it almost makes him want to smile if it weren't for the situation being what it was.
And he trundles off to go get shoot out by someone who is younger and shorter than him.
Wow.
Yes, to get yelled at a 5'7" man.
Man, I'm a millennial. I don't have to take it from the Gen X generation.
Our short kings.
And so you are alone after a while.
What did my mother and father have to do with the skeleton?
Apparently, just from the things that I'd learned, hearing them talk, it sounded like your parents know Dr. Howell from a long time ago.
My mother told me specifically to avoid the science center. I imagine the person within would...
Maybe it's because they know him that they didn't want you there.
I'm guessing their relationship is complicated.
I would say so. I found a lot of bodies in there. Some
lot of
not so
bodies?
old.
So what happened with them? Where are they now? Are they still there?
They're safe. They're staying with Dr. Howell. Apparently they were moving all of their equipment into the... further into the city, and they were going to try and work with Dr. Howell to see if they could make some progress on their projects. And I think they were attacked at the Botanical Garden by raiders.
They said somewhere near Westport, so that sounds about right.
Wait.
Your father got a few scrapes, but your mother was shot. She's fine, though.
We saw to that.
Thank you.
So wait, you said raiders? Glances at Alvin.
You said the Botanical Gardens?
Yeah.
It sounds like the... Does that sound like the running through of White Razor territory?
This far into the greater St. Louis area, it's pretty, it's pretty close to White Razor territory. Specifically, however, the center of the White Razor power is across the across state lines. Know that you're headquartered and sort of centered around an old motorsports park.
Yeah, the motorsports. We got that on our thingy.
But they seem to have a camp out that way, hence they were also hunting near Topo Wingo.
Yeah, you know that raiders tend to travel in small-ish groups just by themselves a lot of the time.
So, Dave, did the raiders get all their equipment, or is it still at the Botanical Garden? I mean, how much can raiders even carry if it's heavy shit like that?
You'd be surprised if I cracked out of the gorge.
That's fair.
Answer the question, where is their equipment?
I think they said that they moved some of it into the Science Center, but a lot of it got left behind. I think if they were attacked at the Botanical Garden, it might still be there. Or maybe...
Above game. Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
That's my best guess. We don't know.
Above game, I'm blanking. Have we ever been to the Botanical Garden yet?
You have. I think
What?
you've traveled through.
At the
We
very
did.
least, we must have traveled, or somebody must have traveled by
No,
it.
that
since
was
it's
Cynthia and
uncovered.
Dave going through
Yeah,
it.
that was Cynthia and Dave.
Yeah, I don't remember that area.
Yeah, we have
Oh.
not been there. They
Oh,
traveled
that's right.
past
We
it.
passed it and met the dude who is like Babushka or something, right?
Babushka.
That makes
Babushka.
no sense to any of you, but it makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yes, you know there's a some sort of community near the botanical gardens.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh no.
Okay, Louise sort of sighs in relief. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Really glad we don't have to go back to Westport right now. So, turns to Apex. What do you want to do? Do you want to run back to the science center and just check in with your parents real quick?
Going to the botanical gardens to go ahead and get their stuff would be a pretty good welcoming gift too.
I would like to take care of their attackers. But do you think that going to Westport is a mistake?
Do we need to now?
I don't.
We know where your parents are.
Mm-hmm. I don't think going to Westport's entirely a mistake, but run it by me again. I remember last time we went there, it was under a lockdown.
It's under a lockdown because the people are ready to revolt against the ruling class.
That's right.
The slaves are ready to break their yoke.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Also, they
sorry.
have access to they have access to one of the few forms of long-range communications.
Oh no, I just meant Apex. That I mean, Westport is a bit of a powder keg, and I don't want to go back there unless we are ready to go back there. You know what I mean?
If we don't go back there before the super mutants march, there won't be a Westport to go back to.
Well, on that topic, you gave me a bit of an idea, actually. There might be one particular super mutant who may feel inclined to help break the yokes of those who are oppressed.
Louise sort of blinks and then she looks down on her fingers and she's like, "Wait, okay, I'm confused. What other super mutants do we know?"
Louise Johann.
Well, yeah, but he made it pretty clear he's not going to be stopped in what he's doing. He's got
I
a
understand,
vision.
but what I'm saying is, what if his vision for a peaceful community was also to coexist with other people who wanted a peaceful community?
That'd be nice.
Alvin holds up a finger. I mean, olive branches are nice. I'm all about trying to do the olive branch thing.
I mean, I guess we do need to go there anyway. Just. Whew.
Listen, there's gonna have to be an order of operations of how we handle things. I understand Apex and Bruce would probably like to see their parents at some point. Bruce will not be able to see his parents. He will very likely, maybe, be able to talk to them on a radio frequency. And that would be the best we could imagine to get. However, if we need to get their items from the botanical garden, we would need to go by there, which I'm going to have to apologize to the fella I met as we was passing through. If we're going to have to take their equipment back from them, drop off that equipment, likely go talk to Johann near whatever vault that was, and then hopefully be able to clear everyone out of Westport of their shackles.
Oh, God, we got a fucking laundry list, don't we?
That's
Alvin
the beginning
holds
of
up
it.
a notepad and a piece of charcoal and smiles. I can write it down.
Okay,
I
where the
think
fuck you
would
get
be
that?
wise. Did you take that from Apex?
Apex leaves bits of charcoal laying around. I've been collecting them.
I produce it from burnt wood.
That tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Claps her hands together. So, first things first. We, botanical garden then?
Well, Cynthia holds up a finger. If it is true that the raiders are in the botanical garden, and they are the ones that took the equipment, we could involve Bruce in that particular section. And it would be much faster and easier, I would imagine, to get the equipment back. And he
And I
would
could-
be very motivated to be part of that.
And I could go ahead and draw parallels and see whether or not these raiders are freelancers, or if they are white raisers. I mean,
True.
they're holed up at the motorsports park, but I've seen them here, there, and everywhere. I mean, they've been moving out. We saw them at the Alpha Steel Company, Laughly Brewery. They've been pulling out a lot.
Well, he did want us to check back in with him. Glances at the barracks. Oh, they are not going to be happy with him taking off again, though, I tell you what.
I'm sure they'll make an exception for family.
I
But
kind of want to see him get. I kind of want to see him get chewed out again, to be honest.
oh, he will. Don't worry about that.
Do you
I think-
dislike my brother?
What?
No. I just
He's just kind of
sometimes
squinting in confusion.
just sometimes I take enjoyment out of the what's the word? Sometimes I get giggles out of the enjoyment of watching others get humbled, let's say.
She's a sadist.
Well, hey, I am whoa, hey.
You didn't
Pauses.
say no right away, so that means yes.
My father calls it Schadenfreude.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good
that's
word.
fancy. I like that.
That rolls off the tongue nice,
I
yeah.
think they're
Yes,
both
yes.
sadists.
Well,
It's making a lot of sense.
All I know is she isn't a shock and frank or whatever the hell you said about it. That being said, yeah, no, hell, I don't dislike Bruce either. Hell, dude's a hell of a fighter. I'd like to go ahead and go one-on-one with him one day. Oh, without the armor though, those punches hurt like some bitch.
We should go back to the barracks then.
Let's
Absolutely.
do.
You can go ahead and talk with your brother. I can go ahead and with Cynthia and Dave, we can go ahead and draft up kind of like a priority list if you think that might work well.
I think so. At this point, there's so many moving parts and pieces, we're gonna need to keep track of priority.
I can give him the information in a way that won't betray your confidence.
Thank you. That is going to be very, very important, I have a feeling.
Bastion nods, understanding the assignment.
There's nothing quite like a to-do list.
Well, that one guy said we could go in and out with his blessing, so let's go, I guess.
Yep.
Head back in. I'll probably wait outside the office where he's being yelled at. But that'll probably still take a minute. So whatever anybody else is going to be up to.
Yeah, as you all make your way back towards the large building that houses the majority of the Brotherhood of Steel, you hear a shouting match going on behind closed doors, and that's the last thing you hear before we take a break.
Oh,
First break of 2024. Just want to shoot this out there since I forgot to say it at the beginning. Roll With Me will be coming back. The Ties That Bind will be coming back. Not this Monday, but as long as everybody's available, the following Monday.
Smell yeah.
I'm gonna get some cereal. BRB!
Yeah. All right, I will also BRB real quick.
Mm-hmm. Where is my... There we go. Righty. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. Hope y'all are enjoying the story so far.
Woo!
Yeah.
Suppose I can open up chat, see how y'all are doing. How you doing, chat?
If the shouting is because a soldier lost his power armor. You have lost an expensive piece of army-issued equipment!
Look, I parked it, sir. I don't know where it went. You see like a white razor, like drinking, like having like one arm out of it, like steering it with one hand from the inside, drinking out the top. Yeah!
Welcome to Camp Navarro. A civilian? How in the hell did a civilian get on this base? I'll have someone's ass for dinner! Get this civilian off of government property!
Hey, yo, Stutz, thank you for the 1,000 biddies.
Where's my Enclave issued power armor? I love the Enclave logo because it reminds me of Eminem.
You are out of uniform, soldier! Where is your power armor? Don't have any? You expect me to believe that, maggot? The truth is, you lost an expensive piece of army-issue equipment. That suit is going to come out of your pay and you will remain in this man's army until you are 510 years old, which is the number of years it will take for you to replace a pay for a Mark II powered combat armor that you have lost. Report to the armory and have a new suit issued to you, then report back to me. Private, dismissed.
Sir, yes, sir.
If you come back a second time and you're still not in your power armor, he just fucking kills you.
That's so fucking funny. Stutz says, if that was off memory, damn. Thank you very much for joining us for a wonderful day of Gateway. All of you. All of holy nutballs. There's a lot of you, actually. Holy shnikes. What do you guys think of Fallout 4? What do I since everyone's taking a break, I guess what I think of Fallout 4, I think it's really fun. I try not to think about the story too much because it's like if I was out looking for my baby and it was taken from me, I wouldn't want to go ahead and help out every settlement on the way to my baby. I would want to go ahead and field goal kick the entire wasteland until I find my baby.
My experience with Fallout 4 is incredibly, like, I mean, it's a unique situation since the only time I ever played it was in the TFS Plays series, and that was just a real fun time as we created this insane, like, this dude that started off reasonable but just became insane as he delved into the world of drugs that is Fallout 4. Captain Richard Ravager III will, like, moments from that playthrough will forever be etched in my mind.
As far as gameplay is concerned, though, I think it's really fun. I think it's the same system they used for 76, too. It looks like the same cleaned-up engine, anyway.
I mean, Bethesda's used the same engine since fucking Morrowind, so...
Yeah, they've used the same engine since I drove like a 93 Tempo. I mean, good lord. It's an old engine. I think it's called Gamebryo. Gamebryo? Is that right?
Yep.
Hell, they made Starfield on that shit, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they've been doing their best to update it, but... I mean, there's only so much you can do, really.
Well, it's like that 93 Tempo I mentioned, right? Like, you can retrofit and put new parts in it, but eventually the framework's not going to hold up with the new parts, right?
Yeah, eventually, like, I mean, it's the boat of Achilles, right? At what point does it... Was it the boat of Achilles? Or
Ship of Theseus.
Ship of Theseus, thank you.
You're
Man, I was off by 2 words.
I was letting you go. I was just like, you know what?
The point is,
have
like,
the
look,
floor.
you talk as dumb as you want, as long as you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly.
That's the difference between
context.
it's the difference between intelligence and wisdom. You need both.
Exactly.
Intelligence is knowing that Frankenstein made the monster. Wisdom is knowing that Frankenstein is the monster.
That's exactly right. That's a damn good example.
Huh. I guess I get it.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello. I had a bowl of cereal.
I did an audition today.
I'm gonna go grab me some water.
Cool. I'm gonna talk to Sarah about the audition I did today.
Oh, right. Speaking of which.
I did an audition today. I spoke a voice into a microphone. And then I sent it to a person. And they didn't reply to me because it's an email. I might get something. And when I wake up tomorrow, I'll audition for that one.
Like, I should just stick it in Gateway, too. Everybody can look at that.
My goal for
Ugh.
my goal for 2024 is that somebody's gonna hear me in a video game. I don't care.
Yes!
I tried through all of 2023. Got some callbacks, didn't get anything. But I'm confident about 2024. I'm gonna put my foot
Callbacks
in there.
mean you're good.
Look, Alan Rickman didn't get an acting role till he was like 50, son. I'll do it. I'll make it work.
I mean, yeah, callbacks are really good. They mean, like, hey, we're thinking we want you, but we got to go through these people. Like, making it to a callback stage is great.
Yeah, that was so weird because I told you and Ed that I got a call back, and both of you, like, at the same time, just went victory screech. Like, what? It was weird for both you and Ed to both victory screech in either of my ears.
Just vocally.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's lovely.
It was wonderful. And then KG kicks in the door and
doing
he's just
a
like,
victory screech.
did Rabbit get a call back? Yeah, and then he joins it like everybody. I'm like, wow, that's weird. I love this society. Oh, God.
Starting earlier, though, I didn't have time to eat dinner, so I'm very much looking forward to getting something after.
During this break,
I've been on such a weird diet. Like, I've been on such a weird circadian rhythm. Like, I'm done eating by like 3 o'clock most days.
I've been so tired lately, and it's weird because I'm really tired at night, and then my mom was like, well, what times do you get tired? And I'm like, I go to sleep at like 11 or midnight, and then I wake up at like 7 or 8, and my mom's like, that's a normal sleep schedule. And I'm like,
I've been like sleeping in like 3-hour chunks, and it's really annoying.
and it was funny because my mom stared at me because I looked down like that meme of Lisa. And she's like, have you never had a normal sleep schedule? And I'm like, I must have, right? And she's like, you used to study till 4 a.m. in school. Holy shit, is this the first time you're actually sleeping? Like, she had to like look down in the basement and been like, let's tell your sister you have a normal sleep schedule.
I realized too that bowl of cereal I just had is the first thing I've eaten all day.
Oh, man.
But that means I have to go to the grocery store.
What? Hey! Have you know? I bought bagels, and I was like eating them at least earlier in the morning because again my sleep schedule is terrible, and I kept waking up at like 9 a.m. and I didn't know why, even though that's normal for most people. But I was like, I'll just eat a bagel. I'll eat a bagel right now. But I ran out of bagels.
So you didn't eat at all today, is what I'm hearing.
Oh my God, Sarah, did you eat anything today?
I just had the bowl of cereal.
I had like a pound and a half of skirt steak.
Caitlin, you have no idea how long I've missed this. Just Eon, just
hang on. I'm trying to think here.
Like a grain, and then you just going ooh, like it's so great. I love this back and forth.
I'm trying to think. I woke up and then I did the run. Not the run. I did the walk. Yeah, no.
Oh,
yeah,
so you
yeah,
exercised with no food. Again.
I just took a walk. I'm trying to. I've been out of shape because of Christmas, so I only do walking right now. I'm trying to get back up to running. It was just a walk.
Fasted cardio is good for you. I will say that.
When you eat literally nothing until like.
I mean, as long as you feel, as long as here's the thing, I eat once a day, and then for like 24 hours I won't eat anything. So I mean, as long as you are eating enough calories to sustain yourself, that's the point.
Do you do that literally every day?
Me?
Yeah.
Some days, for the most part, yes. But I mean, for the most part, yes. But some days, like at the beginning of every month, I try to do like a 48-hour fast at one point.
I'm being vindicated.
Nope. No.
Again,
wait. You want to know why you're not being vindicated, Sarah? Because I know Nick is looking at his macros, and you are not.
It's true, I am. I was going to say like
what a computer macro's got to do with it.
The only thing that would vindicate you is making sure that you're eating enough nutrients.
I use macros in context.
And Sarah, a bagel with peanut butter on it doesn't count.
Oh, I didn't need it. I didn't put peanut butter on it. The first day I did actually toast it and put butter on it, but afterwards I was just like, fuck this. I just grabbed it out of the bag and ate it that way like a rabid raccoon.
You gotta get yourself some protein, Sarah, please.
Protein.
Do you understand my fight now, Nick?
Yes,
do you understand?
I understand the fight. I'm simply
But
saying
I don't want
the
to
timing of eating
wait
is
for
not
it
the
to
problem.
toast.
I
don't want to wait for it to toast. I just want to eat my carbs.
All right, I understand this. I understand all this, but like also, Caitlin, do you have like a mailing list? Because I feel like I could use this threatening self-care in my life.
Do I need to just start a TikTok that's like, did you eat today?
Did you eat today? What did you eat?
No,
did you eat good?
Not a TikTok, because I'm not gonna regard it because I'm from the Midwest.
I understand.
Like you just have to rat grab me and be like, did you eat an orange? Like it's just like I'm like yeah, that's the kind of thing.
I can't be the only one who just likes a plain, cold, unobtrusive bagel.
That actually makes me want to like vomit.
You want cream cheese with that? Do you want it toasted? No.
I mean, if you're describing it like that, it does sound sad.
It does.
Yeah, it sounds really sad.
It does.
I just like bread. Sometimes I just want a big chunky piece of bread, but regular bread slices aren't hearty enough. And you're like, ooh, this bagel, that's got some girth to it. That came out wrong.
I can't believe you said
Girthy
that,
bagels.
Sarah. You said that on the internet. You
Come
said
on
it
down
on
to
the
Gary's
internet.
Girthy Bagels off of Route 66.
Come by Dave's Girthy Bagels.
Dave's Girthy Bagels right next to his kicking ass bread and his fuck your mother baguette. Let's go.
The only bagel sponsored by Gateway.
This episode brought to you by Girthy Bagels.
Dave's Girthy Bagels.
Dave's Girthy Bagels.
No!
Dave,
I
stand by
them. Bagels.
No,
Dave!
I made them with a fusion reactor.
Oh, wow.
Don't look
How
directly.
can bagels be girthy? Because they got girth! Girth, the measurement around the middle of something, especially a person's waist.
I'm not arguing.
Bagels are round.
I'm not arguing. I just adore the phrase girthy bagel.
Yeah. Can we go with what Darth said? Can we get girthy bagels trending? Can we get that?
Hashtag girthy bagels.
I feel like any commentary I have to make will make this far worse, so I'm just gonna leave it be.
You know, I've been looking for
Fair.
like a title for a stand-up album I want to work on, and I think Girthy Bagels might be on the list.
You know, I think you're right.
You'd laugh at that. Like if you saw that on like Spoofy or something, you'd be like, I'd click that.
As long as you give me a cut.
I think I would sigh heavily and grab my, forehead a little. So yeah.
That is the exact energy I want my friends to have when I put out my comedy album. That's what I want.
As long as I get a cut, it's my title.
Suddenly so possessive of the sad girthy bagel.
A girthy bagel.
Well,
Yeah, girthy
They're not
bagel is
sad,
absolutely
they're
the
just
raid message.
unassuming.
Hi,
I'm
Connor.
sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. Oh, right. Gateway. Hi, everyone.
Right, Gateway. Hello.
Now that we got
Connor.
that out of our system.
Phew. Like sweat from brow. Happy Saturday, everyone.
happy Saturday indeed.
I hope you're having a festivus Saturday.
This music really helps. I'm gonna be real.
Einstein's has really girthy bagels.
Oh my god.
Oh, my cousin used to serve Einstein's girthy bagel.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm assuming we're all back and we're all eager to get
We're all
back
here.
into tonight's episode.
We're
of
all.
I am
We are all
piquant
here.
and eager.
Then, with that very apropos music cue, let's do it.
All right. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Ignore that phone.
Oh, okay.
What phone?
Yes. So you all walk back into the Brotherhood of Steel outpost in Jefferson Barracks, and you see Paladin Kimber standing outside of the door, with a look of what's the word? A look of
Trepidation?
Glad it's not me in there.
yeah. Glad it's not me in there. With a look of, man, you could have saved yourself so much trouble if you just done things the right way. And he sees you all come in, and he like holds a hand up. And
As in, like, stop.
as in like just wait.
Low voiced. Low voiced. Louise goes. It not going so great in there.
You hear. You don't hear exact words, but you hear a shouting match happening behind the door, and he just shakes his head. Elder Savage is not happy at all.
Yeah, he's not gonna be much happier in a minute either.
No, why is that?
It depends on what my brother
Glances at
chooses to
Apex.
do. It depends on what my brother chooses to do with some information.
Okay.
It's a family matter.
I see.
I continue staring at him, but I have no more words to say.
Oh, wow. Cynthia places a hand on Apex's back, pats him, looks at the fella at the door. We'll just wait off to the side then. Then walks, hopefully having Apex follow.
I mean, I'm just waiting where I was told to wait. But if you're like trying to like gesturing me and telling me to go somewhere, I'll be like, oh, okay. And I will follow.
Let's just let him shout it out a bit, shall we?
And during
I
our waiting
squat in a
moment,
nearby corner.
You
of
just
course.
you just hear a lot of shouting behind the door.
You don't disrespect my father like this. I was my parents. I needed to go.
And Cynthia's while there's just this inane screaming on the other side, muffled. Cynthia is slowly taking the paper from Alvin, taking the little piece of charcoal, writing down to do, and then writes botanical gardens. Screaming still happening. Vault 40. Lots of screaming. Fever pitch of screaming. Free the people of Westport. Johann help maybe? Lots of screaming.
Again, Apex is Apex
Leans
is a little
leans over to Cynthia.
again, Apex is a little nostalgic for this since he like Bastion and his dad would often, or Bruce and his dad would often get into it, so he's vibing.
Now I wonder where I got into. There ain't nothing quite like a to-do list. Did I read that on a vault?
Kind of leans over to Cynthia and mutters.
One more time. You
go ahead, Rabbit.
Oh no! I was just muttering about where I got the to-do list motto from. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Somebody's cutting
now
out.
I can. I think Sarah might have been cutting out.
There
you are.
Louise just sort of leans over to Cynthia. Oh, hello?
There you are.
Is it me cutting out?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently you cut out for a good while there.
Yeah, you're back now.
But now we can hear you.
Oh, weird. How do I fix? Maybe if I don't think I have that much open,
I
but
don't know.
You're fine now.
Yeah, you're fine now.
I'll close that. What was the last thing you heard from me?
You leaned over and muttered, and then it stopped.
Oh, Louise leans over and mutters to Cynthia, "Kick Barry's ass."
Oh yeah, I'll add that right at the end. I feel like it'll come up at some point.
Bastion mutters,
You know he was reported to be in Westport, right?
I know. Lots of stuff going in Westport. Lots of moving parts.
Well, don't you think it would be pretty funny if Barry's ass was kicked by a gigantic super mutant?
Oh, big things. Oh, right down the power armor thing too. I have everything I need for that.
Oh, right. How?
Oh, that just made my fucking day.
I mean, I must have heard that to-do list thing. That sounds like the kind of thing like that little Vault Tech kid would be next to, right? Like that Vault boy, something like that. Like holding up a finger, like there ain't nothing quite like a to-do list, you know, something like that.
I think that is it a Pip. He's a Pip.
What the little Vault feller? I don't know if he has a
Yes.
name, right? Pip.
Was it Pip? I think it was Pip.
Well, Pip boy, I know is a little thing on the vaulters and whatnot have on the arms, but
Well, if you ask nicely, maybe Apex can draw us one of them.
It's not really my art style. That was more
Oh, okay.
retro pop. I try to draw more comic book like.
That's fair.
Cynthia looks
There
up
are
for a
quite-
moment as she hears a pen being thrown across the room during the screaming.
hear the sound of gunfire for some reason.
Far off.
More Eddie noises.
My dad used to yell at him like this.
Oh.
They used to yell at each other.
That's
So
been some
this
good
is-
hard ribbon, I guess.
Normal?
My brother goes his own way.
I did notice that.
I guess you did mention your parents didn't like a lot of the decisions your brother made.
They disagreed on a lot. But they still loved him. They all loved
yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ribbon kind of reminds me of when I was real little too.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. When I was kids, me and you know who when we were kids got yelled at by her parents and our parents because we just went out on, we called it adventures. We came back more moot fruits than sense, honestly.
You and Jet, you mean?
Yeah.
God, you guys knew each other since you were kids. Well, I guess me and Barry did too, when I think about it.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just hearing the yelling like that and just compassion telling the story. I get it. I understand it. Oh, that was a high note I heard, though. I haven't heard a yell that loud since I dropped a bar on my foot.
Eventually,
I wonder who's going to win this shouting match.
Eventually, the door swings open and out steps Elder Savage, who turns and points back into the room. You will not disobey me again. And he turns around and looks at all the rest of you. What?
Cynthia smiles super big in a way that that communicates, I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, I just look. I just look.
Are you done with him?
Oh, I've just gotten started with him.
But for now, though.
Awkward.
The Bruce sort of leans his head out of the doorway and sees you all in there. He waves for y'all to come in. he looks like something was. He looks like something was taken from him.
I head in.
Yep.
We'll definitely follow.
As well.
That sounded like a big one.
I did sort of go MIA for a little while and didn't exactly get permission for it.
Well, you came back.
Yeah.
Is Savage is Elder Savage in the room still?
He's not in the room. He's out in the hallway with Paladin Kimber.
You could get permission now.
What?
Mom and Dad
Glances
were
at
attacked
Apex.
on the road. And the botanical garden, apparently. Currently, they are in the city with an ally that is also not fond of the Brotherhood. Hence the secrecy.
Oh, I get it.
I know where they are. And I believe Cynthia when she says they are safe and well. But whatever equipment they had with them, some of it may have been taken by those that are residing in the botanical garden. They need that. And I intend to get it for them.
Yeah, I'd say so too. You want me to come with?
It would be
That
helpful.
depends on how loose your leash is.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of like rubs his neck as if there were an imaginary leash there.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Then it depends on how committed you are to this cause, I suppose.
He sort of looks around the room.
This has been most of my adult life. This has been in our family for generations. I can't just abandon it.
Apex
Well, you're
nods.
you're not abandoning it per se. It's just,
If
Taking a vacation.
if I go MIA again, I'm not coming back.
do you think they'd say no if you explained the situation and, gave him a heads up this time? Glances around, awkwardly like, I'm not doing well with this, am I?
I look at him.
When you left, you had your reasons. And you have your reasons for staying. I'm going out there and I will deal with their attackers.
And I'll be there to back them up. All of us will.
Mm-hmm.
They're raider types. I know them pretty damn well. So I'm going to go ahead and go out there for my own reasons too. But just to go ahead and help out him. And I go ahead and pat Apex's shoulders.
I do not fear for my safety. And I trust whatever decision you make.
And you won't have to worry about his safety either. I can attest to you, he is a hell of a fighter.
Well, I saw it firsthand for myself. Saw how you all fight. I don't doubt that you'll be safe out there, but it still doesn't make me worry any less. Plus, I want to see my parents. But it sounds like that you're not going to be too forthcoming on that front.
It depends on how connected you are to the Brotherhood. It is not my first choice, but you would not be welcome where they are.
Cynthia looks at Apex like you're starting to say a little too much.
I simply said that that whoever they are with is not a friend of the
I know, just indicating sides.
I'm sorry. What? You know what? I'm as confused as Apex would be by your.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so it works.
No, that's fair.
So, you guys know what you're going to do?
Seems that way.
Absolutely.
Cross things off of the to-do list.
There's a thing I was told about when I was in the army. Long ago. Someone was in a relationship for a long time. Been getting letters from someone they knew as a kid, and one thing led to another, and in their scenario, and things didn't work out. And at first they were sad about it, but a friend of theirs was talking near my bunk, said it was a time cost fallacy. You think that something's been in your family a long time, you have to honor it. Have to uphold it. Have to, must. Generations spent blood, sweat, and tears pouring into something. But if that something changes at any point to something that isn't true for you, doesn't align with who you are and what you want, then don't let the fallacy of the time cost of those generations stop you from making up your mind to do something different. If that makes sense.
The Brotherhood has been amazing to me and my family for generations.
I know.
The current elder, I looked up to his father greatly.
I'm just saying, at any point, if in the future you no longer feel that way, try not to let the time be part of it. Let the present be what moves you to action. That's all.
Right. I'm not certain about that happening, but
Either way, Just like the Brotherhood has your back, the runaways have mine.
He sort of nods.
I'll see to Mom and Dad's things. I'll fix these messes.
Yeah, I know you will. Just... Still, I gotta say, be careful out there. There's things like your super mutant roaming around out there. Can't be too careful.
I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Yeah, me too.
So what are they making you do after you broke the rules?
Well, I'm not demoted, but they're keeping a tighter leash on me. I don't have nearly as much freedom as I did. We've gotten some reports of missing search teams, and I need to go out there and I need to bring back any equipment that was lost. I think there was something near the Museum of Transportation that I needed to go and look into.
Had we heard any rumors out that way? That rings a bell, but the last time we were out there was just looking for car parts.
I think the super duper mart that was near the Museum of Transportation, had the dead scribe.
Yes.
Yeah, you found a holotape with
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, that was ages ago.
I remember finding a body in a super duper mart out that way.
Really?
It was when I was searching for you. I saw a Brotherhood uniform and scared off roaches. It was a scribe.
Do you know who it was?
I would not have it in my notes. Would I remember it?
Did you take his dog tags?
Yes. I do have dog tags in my inventory.
Yeah, I've got it in here.
Or, something like that.
It was
Scribe's badge is what I have in my inventory.
yes, you got that. It would say that his name is Miles.
Scribe Miles. I say pulling it out of my fanny pack and handing it to him.
Oh no. And he reaches out and he reaches out to take it.
I allow this.
He just looks it over and gets a despondent look on his face.
It had looked like he was dead for a little while. The roaches had gotten to him. Had stripped most of the meat.
Damn it. Well, I guess you saved me a little bit of trouble.
I also delivered a pile more of those from the magic house. There were a lot of super mutants in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
their leader.
You beat twice as many as I did. I think I could take out one or two. I was surprised at that. You though, you fought like a man possessed. Oh,
They're ferocious combatants.
yeah,
I fear what they do united under a banner.
Yeah, back in my old job, we had an adage: you saw a mutant? No, you didn't. You ran.
I needed to know that I could handle one or two.
That's pretty impressive.
They're slow. I used what advantages I have.
I tapped my absolutely mangled armor. They hit like a train, though.
No shit. Louise looks a tiny bit uncomfortable thinking back at it, for reasons.
I'll pat your shoulder again. Just give you a reassuring look.
I look to my brother.
I know you trust the Brotherhood. I have a hard time trusting anything that would restrict others. But I trust you. Whatever decision you make, wherever you go, we're blood. And I will have your back.
I appreciate that, Bastion. We do what we do here to try and keep people safe. To prevent what happened before the war from happening again. And they need me here. But if they didn't, know that I would be with you all in a heartbeat.
If you have any scouts available, you should have them poke Westport for any weaknesses. There's a long-distance communication device there. And your people might want it.
His eyes suddenly come into focus, and he looks up at you. You have access to that? Do you have access to the radio?
We have people who used to, and we know our way in it.
He sort of straightens up immediately.
Wait, are you talking about the thing me and Boss Man helped make up?
And the thing that you helped attach.
You can get inside Westport.
We've been in before.
To the radio tower?
Yes.
I was his maintenance worker.
He sort of looks around the room for a little bit, and he will stow away Scribe Miles' holo tag, and he'll look at you and say, "Wait here."
Yeah, of course.
He leaves the room in a rush.
Hope this is smart.
You see that, Bastion? I think you just gave these boys hope.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, me
But
too.
I think it's necessary.
How so? What you thinking of?
If our plan, talking to Johann, doesn't work, they might be the only ones equipped to deal with it.
Well, I see what you mean. Bet hedging. I see ya.
A few minutes pass, and Bruce Dredd returns with Elder Savage. What's this I hear about a radio?
Westport.
You guys can get in there.
In theory.
In theory.
We've
did
been
once.
in there.
As long as they haven't closed the loopholes in their security that we had previously found. We didn't make it apparent where it is.
Also, probably depends how recognizable we are now, considering we've done this, twice now?
We went in disguise.
I
Or,
suppose
I
that's true.
kind of like look down at myself out of disguise.
They're referring to a signal booster. Me and my mentor up in Riverside, man named Boss Man, made up. Signal booster.
It's how we shut down the arena originally.
No kidding. Hang on. And the elder sort of he walks around to a corner of the room and he starts rummaging through some things in a on a shelf. And eventually he pulls out a piece of square piece of technology that has a few antennas on it, and he blows some dust off of it and wanders back over to you. We've been having trouble trying to contact the Greater Brotherhood of Steel for years. It's why we have a lack of manpower and a lack of supplies. If we don't contact them again, we're dying a slow death out here. Every time we lose another scouting party, it gets worse. The Brotherhood of Steel will basically have no presence in the Midwest if we go out. But with this, we can scrub the radio waves for Brotherhood of Steel radio signals. And with that signal booster on that radio tower, we might be able to contact other cells of the Brotherhood.
Damn. One's way outside of St. Louis?
Potentially. We could get backup. We could retake the arch.
Bastion winces a little under his mask.
Oh yeah, Louise is feeling about the same way.
This thing.
That may be the...
So how does this scrubber, you said? How does this work? How would I glue it on?
It scans different frequencies faster than any flesh and bone person could possibly do it for any sort of signals. The Brotherhood of Steel radio's signals are usually encrypted.
Mm-hmm. And
this looks for those,
isolates
them, and we here can tune into the signal coming off of this. We'll know.
Okay.
We'll be able to communicate with them. They just need to attach this to the tower itself.
Okay, so I would just need to install this at the antenna itself.
You're not going to install it. And he hands the box over to your brother. He is.
All right. Would it be breaking the rules if I walked him through how to possibly do it?
I know my way around technology. It's sort
Bastion
of a
nods.
prerequisite. Sort of a prerequisite around here. Plus, my parents,
Okay. I get it. I meant no offense. All right. Well,
They say they can get into Westport. I should go with them. And Elder Savage immediately narrows his gaze. I know what you're doing.
Being helpful? Can I charm roll? Will it work?
He is
Have
a new
wait.
person she hasn't met.
That's true. I haven't met him before, have I?
No.
You are exactly right.
Oh my god.
However, you will get a -1 on this
Why?
because you are a talking machine.
No.
You are a talking
Yeah.
machine talking to a member of the Brotherhood of Steel.
The
Well,
leader
let's
of this
Hope
faction.
Well,
that
maybe
this
he
doesn't
should-
go incredibly wrong.
Maybe he should. Yeah, maybe he should just get over it.
Yeah.
He looks over at you, and then he like pauses and leans in and looks at you. What are you?
What an indelicate question to ask.
She is Cynthia.
Is Cynthia a machine?
I would say Kara is more of a machine than I am, but I don't know her opinions on it.
Who is Kara?
Her eyes immediately turn red.
I point.
I don't understand.
What is
been
there
a
to
lot.
understand?
Okay.
Louise knows
Okay.
she shouldn't be giggling in this situation, but man, she's just finding this hilarious.
all kinds out in the wasteland.
Either way, her point is valid. You stated that he needs to be the one to attach it, and we have the way in.
So what would the issue be?
I suppose none. But I don't need you running off again. Fine.
I will keep him under an iron grip.
It's a weird
Why
Louise
are
is
you
cackling.
laughing?
No, you're good. You're real good. Sorry. Bug.
I'm sorry. Are there more like you? Are you an AI or?
Stairs.
Hello.
Cynthia, Kara.
Are we allowed to answer, or?
I
looked
looks
at
at Apex. I would say Cynthia / Kara is unique. Let's put it that way.
But she is on our side, and she's more than willing to help.
Nods so curtly, so fast, you almost don't see it.
Right. We'll figure that out later. And you're right. If this works, we could get back up to full strength. It's a risk we need to take. Paladin Dread, you were to join the Runaways temporarily. You were to attach this to the radio tower at Westport. Bruce sort of straightens up and he does the Brotherhood of Steel salute. Ad Victoriam. Well, congratulations, Paladin. Looks like you got what you wanted. And Bruce looks like he stifles a grin.
Kara's eyes immediately change to blue, and Cynthia does the yay!
Apex is smiling under his mask, though it's hard to see.
Well, welcome to the Force, Paladin. And I hold up my fist for a fist bump.
What is that?
Oh, something me and Boss Man used to do. Just touch and fit it. You know what? Handshake.
It's a congenial greeting.
Oh.
He slowly reaches his fist out and presses it against yours.
Hey, there we go.
See,
I do a handshake, but
affectionate,
power armor and
but
whatnot.
not too intimate.
Oh,
Shall we?
this was fun.
Absolutely. We should
One
probably
last
go
thing.
ahead and start hitting it.
One last thing. The elder sort of reaches beneath his coat and he pulls out a small steel device. It looks... I guess anyone who wants to can give me a smarts roll.
Sure.
I got you.
Everybody, or
Sure, whoever would
anybody
like.
who wants to, you said? Okay.
I got an 8.
8.
8!
Oh,
Wow,
that is amazing.
Eights all around!
8 party.
3 8s!
Eight!
Oh man, crazy 8s.
Dunna, dunna, dunna. 8, 8.
Though not crude, you can tell that this device looks like it was homemade. It's sort of got like a polished steel look to it. It's got the Brotherhood logo stamped into it. And you get the sense that it's sort of, it kind of looks like a grenade almost.
What?
And he hands it to you, Bastion.
I hold it.
We're low on manpower. We don't have many people that are able to clean up and repair and restore our technology. If something happens to your brother out there, and you can't get his power armor back, you need to scuttle it with that. That power armor cannot fall into any enemy hands.
I nod.
Good. All right then. Get it done, Paladin. We need to stay here and think about plans for this whole situation.
We'll head out at first light if it's any difference. It is late.
Fine. What difference is a day gonna make?
Do you have a radio frequency that we could easily contact you on discreetly?
Discreetly.
As best we can.
Give another charm roll.
It was only the very first time from my roll, which was a -1, so it's back to normal, right?
Yes.
Okay. 5.
No.
He'll report back to me with anything relevant. He tilts his head over towards Bruce.
Well, all right then.
All right, let's get rambling, I guess.
start to make our way out of this office.
Yes.
All right, you close the door behind you, make your way back out into the hallway. Paladin Kimber looks over at all of you. Well, I guess that worked out in your favor, Paladin. Bruce sort of rubs the back of his head. Yeah, I didn't expect it to go that way.
Helps to be helpful.
Helps indeed. And this will be a big help if it works.
I'm looking at the small device I was given. I'm just kind of shaking it and listening to it.
Fuck's sake.
Bruce like pats you on the back. He doesn't pat you. He just like pushes your shoulder. Don't do that.
I just want to know what's in it. It sounds like powder, like it's shaky.
It is a powerful explosive that can melt power armor.
Alvin's eyes widened a little bit upon hearing that.
Oh, so you definitely don't want to be in that power armor if that goes off, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Probably shouldn't shake it then, Apex.
It's so power armor can't fall into enemy hands should a paladin die in the field.
I sniff it.
It smells of metal?
It's all starting to add up.
It's all coming together now, man.
What should I label this device?
Power armor go boom.
Label it as a scuttling charge.
Alrighty.
Huh.
And if, say, I were to disobey orders and just,
Eat.
I'll hold on to it. Don't worry.
But we're not getting into that yet. What? You're crazy.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out or learn from context is whether or not this is like one of those things that, like, if it pops, is it going to just kind of like burn really hot like magnesium or like white phosphorus or thermite, or is it going to be like a earth-shattering kaboom?
I get the reference.
Kaboom!
But I guess time will tell.
Yeah, I guess
Indeed.
it will.
Gutland power armor, huh? Just neat.
I don't think neat is the right word for it.
Is he still wearing it?
No, it's kind of
He is still wearing it.
No, I wish
Are
we didn't
we-
have to use these things.
Are we walking out? Are we away from people at this point?
We're
can be.
probably in the courtyard or something.
Not near any prying eyes, ears?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go ahead and talk about the 3 pieces I have and all the parts I need to go ahead and build that son of a bitch if I'm still in the barracks.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you can be if you want.
Okay, yeah. I would imagine we're heading to our quarters.
Mhm.
So botanical gardens first?
Yes.
Looks over at Bruce like, are we gonna do this like I think we're gonna do this, or are you gonna be a stick in the mud?
He tilts his head to the side, a similar gesture to what you've seen from Apex a lot. What?
We have a to-do list, and Westport is absolutely on that to-do list, but it is not first. Botanical gardens are on the way, actually.
Well, I wasn't told to do it immediately. So.
That is true.
Yeah, if I remember right, Elder Savage didn't give a top priority or whatever they call it.
Well,
or timeline whatsoever.
I assume he meant it to be a top priority, but I think he got excited and didn't actually order me to do that.
And I did ask
technically,
for...
I'm not breaking orders.
It's true, and I asked for a radio frequency to check in, and he said that you would report back. So, full trust has been placed on you to report something at some point.
I just kind of say while I'm kind of smiling.
This is why you and Dad used to fight.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna fit in fine here, Bruce.
Louise does a friendly sort of punch to his armor, then shakes her head like, ow.
Clink.
I think I might be starting to like you a tiny bit more.
Now, Louise, what do you think was going to happen hitting that? Say, go ahead and hold your
arm. Whatever. Man almost broke my arm once already. It doesn't matter if my hands go with it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, to be fair, I put a hole to your leg, so.
How is the zoo, anyway?
Alvin set it up so that the feeders will go off automatically. We only have to check in every now and again to refill the food in the feeders.
Really?
It's an honor to get things up and running again.
Oh, and the bear is loose now. It is now a free-range Mogwai.
With this way, free security.
I had a conversation with it. It seems to understand that we are not there to harm it, but it is still territorial.
Huh?
I give Bruce a look that says thank you. Like on my arm, like that. Thank you. The animal whisperer here.
It had an injured arm after it tore apart a archer. I healed it and left it with its meat.
So in a way, your little brother kind of tamed a Yagua.
Befriended.
Or not really tamed, yeah, befriended, made an alliance with.
We have an accord.
An accord, there you go. Damn, I'm picking up so many kick-ass words from you.
Reading is a wonderful
fundamental
tool.
I was going to say fundamental, damn it. I wanted it to be fundamental.
Just Apex looking at the hard camera.
Do you have the system to feed the Yaogwai as well?
Intruders, mostly.
Oh, boy.
Well, he's free range now. I can take care of myself.
Free... You do know
Louise.
that Yaogwai are one of the deadliest creatures in the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because your brother seemed to make good friends with it, so I don't know.
That is
very strong.
anomaly, and I am still grappling with what you're telling me.
Bastion is walking.
It was very strong. I could have died.
Yes, you could have.
Yeah, I thought I had to get involved personally, but then he comes
It all
by and
kinda
he's like,
worked
it's all
out.
good.
I've missed this.
Is that how it always is with you people? Things just kind of work out?
Yes.
No, actually.
Yes.
I think the betting average is about a 5-1 personally. But
Though those things
fuck.
do not make up for the wins yet.
Oh, fuck, Dread. I haven't even introduced you to Phil.
if
What? Shut up. I'll get to it. God, we gotta go to Barracks first, man.
Now, if it makes you feel better, I did offer to go ahead and fix the enclosure, but your brother vetoed that, didn't you? So,
Mm-hmm.
So
He makes sure that things don't hurt the other animals. And he gets meat from it.
I suppose you know a thing or two about getting close to dangerous animals.
I shrink a little.
Mm-hmm.
I saw another one.
Another Deathclaw?
Up in the fall.
Oh, right. Whew. That was a fucking biggin.
What in
was-
every hell were you doing in the fall?
We were looking for an ally. We found them.
Yeah, we're looking for my friend Kathy.
An ally.
Yeah, I'm part of the St. Louis Machinist up at Riverside. We got a couple members like Boss Man and also Point Man as well, and also Kathy. She helps out a lot with us too. She was out in the fall helping Boss Man with a couple things, and well, she got caught up in some business, and we swung by to grab her. And that's where we saw that biggest goddamn death cloud I've ever seen. That thing looked like something straight out of hell.
It was an alpha.
So that's why it looked like all get out, huh?
I don't doubt that. Your friend happened to be a ghoul?
Yes, sir. Boss Man, Kathy, and Point Man, they're all ghouls.
Guess that explains
they
that.
saved my life, actually.
My eyes shift reading Bruce's reaction to hearing that his brother is currently allied with ghouls. I know the standing of the Brotherhood is typically pro-human.
Make a wits roll.
Booyah. That is a 7. That makes sense. I'm bad with emotions.
He doesn't seem shocked by the information, is what you get.
Then I just keep walking.
They're all really good people. Point Man went off on his own ends. Same with Kathy. Boss Man still goes ahead and runs up the shop over there in Riverside, though. And I've been up until I got pulled into the arena, and then I wave a hand at the rest of the runaways. I've been helping out the settlement, whatnot, being basically being an engineer, I guess. Mechanic is the thing for that Boss Man always said. But I've been learning how to go ahead and fix up all kinds of shit. I mean, heck, reading some old books and whatnot. That's how I figured out with Boss Man how to go ahead and get that long range receiver tied up on Westport. Oh, finding the transistor was the hardest pain in the ass part. But we did it, though. We absolutely did it.
The escapades you all get up to are wild. I think the scariest part about them is that I believe them.
What's not to believe?
I wrote about most of them.
Oh yeah, I've read quite a couple of your young brothers comics, and I'll produce the one that I have here.
He looks at it and he picks it up in his big power armored fists, and he
That would have been the Laughley Brewery escapades.
he has a bit of a hard time picking through it and navigating it. Just with his power armored form.
Oh shit! I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean that. I guess there's not a whole lot of dexterity in those gauntlets, huh?
More than most power armor, but yeah. Hang on. And you hear a switch get flicked in his power armor, and it sort of you see the power armor slowly unfurl itself from the back and open up, and Bruce steps out of his power armor, and you can see now underneath he was wearing in sort of a leather jumpsuit that's all black with some silver
Oh god, that must be
trim.
so uncomfortable in the
I can't
armor.
imagine what this man smells like.
Probably smells a lot like Bastion, but like more congealed.
Congealed. Ooh, I can't wait to meet the father. So we'll have the congealed Bastion, the OG Bastion, and the Peel Bastion. So good.
And he wanders around to his where his fist was like sort of holding the comic in a displaying manner, and he parks next to his power armor and flips through it.
Yeah, we're probably back at the barracks by now.
Oh shit, Lanny! If that's the Laugh Brewer episode, then comic, then if he's reading that, he'd know that Alvin used to be a raider and a very notorious one.
Well, I mean it's on the cover. It's like I think it was like Dawn of the Red Hand or something like that.
Dawn of the Red Hand, yeah.
He flips through
special issue.
He flips through it and he looks up at you. You're the ones who burnt down the brewery?
Oh shit! I love this.
Yes.
We got a pizza recipe out of it.
See, it's a really kick-ass pizza recipe from tasting that was real good.
What's pizza?
It's like bread, and then they put cheese and mute fruit sauce on it and herbs, and it's really good. And we need to go find Mr. Dalliard so we can make it.
I hope he's been doing okay.
Probably in the same spot, sweeping something.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Speaking of which, Cynthia, she reaches into her pack and she pulls out your assault rifle and the last 3 rifle shots she has left. I think you'll be wanting these back.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I do.
Tell you what, those fucking came in handy. I'll tell you what. Leans in real close and whispers so only Cynthia can hear. By the by, I kind of need an unbiased opinion about something, so let's talk later, okay?
Alright.
Anyway, so, we backing up here or what?
Yeah, so the Laughley Brewery, that went up in smoke, right? Because I had to go ahead and fight a fella named Psycho. Now, Psycho I knew from way back in the day, but also the drugs that they were making at the brewery, that's a thing of the past. That entire operation went up in smoke.
Well,
Literally.
Didn't expect the fire, but I'm kind of happy it went out that way.
Huh.
How does he react when he gets to the part about us tying people up with their own innards?
I was going to ask about that, actually.
Ew.
Or their friends' innards?
he flips through the pages and he narrows
I'm probably
his eyes.
just sitting on the bed at this point, just like kind of scratching my face.
Is this an exaggeration?
No, that actually happened. I was kind of against that, but also it kind of worked because you can probably glean from looking around that. But yeah, I used to be a raider, so
We didn't have any meat, or we didn't have any rope, and
So
I thought Cynthia's logic was very sound, but you know.
So you gutted a man and wrapped one of his allies in his intestines.
You ask a lot of questions.
the man was already dead. He wasn't using the meat.
Honestly,
What
Bruce,
happened
thank
to
you
you?
very much for being the exact.
That's the
Wait a
question
minute.
I've been waiting for.
Wait a minute. That's not what she looks in the comic book. Is that what the comic book says we did?
That's what I did.
Yeah, I found the rope. Basha wanted to use the.
No, yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm
man.
saying. No, we did not tie the man up with innards. We did discuss it, but we did find some rope.
But I did.
No, we did rope. I remember. We didn't actually use innards. We found something.
I thought you used intestines.
I
No,
swear.
no,
I swear we
remember.
used intestines.
Alvin,
Yeah,
Alvin
because I found rope. Basha wanted to use intestines. You were on it. They clipped it. People in the watching that episode clipped it. I could pull up the clip.
Alvin did find rope.
I swear we used the intestines. but
No,
all right.
no, 'cause I really love the idea. I really love the idea of Bastion basically embellishing, saying like, "No, we used intestines because it's so much more badass." Was like,
We'll
"No,
have
we
to go
found a
back.
rope."
I guess we'll have to go back and check, but
Yeah,
I thought you
gotta
used the
gotta
intestines.
check the tape. I feel like we did. But
Yeah, I feel like we used intestines because we definitely clipped it. Because I remember because I watched the clip.
No, I remember
We did use rope.
You found rope in a
Where was
display
that?
case, and you punched your fist through it. And I remember exactly you were joking, being like, "That'll do," and you just.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that. The clip was me complaining about you guys being so chill with using the guy's intestine. That's why I was adamant with Connor about finding rope.
Did we get Mandela affected, Lane?
I guess,
We
maybe.
did.
This
Dude,
is hilarious.
Welcome to the Berenstein dimension, dude.
Wow.
The Berensteiners.
Oh my god.
The Berensteiner.
I don't know. I still feel like I'm getting gaslit, but I'll take your word for it.
Wow.
You're not bad, man. I love Gotham by Gaslight.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was a dumb segue. Go off, dude. Go. Make it happen. Berenstein's Gate.
You strung up different guys by their intestines, but you wrapped the
Yeah,
guy who was alive.
I also remember like throwing some around as like garland and stuff, but I really thought whatever.
Yeah.
I just did that.
Happened. Yeah.
Well, either way, Bruce is a little horrified.
That's fair. I feel that's fair.
The world is harder to navigate if you're not unpredictable.
He gets a look on his face that he seems to be grappling with what you've just said.
I mean, like the last time he would have seen Bastion was still like, looking up to him. Probably still kind of a scrawny-ish kid. Like he would have had muscle just from playing outside and stuff, but he wasn't what he is now.
Yeah. Back before Bastion got dieseled.
Yeah, back before Bastion put on the mask and decided to start role playing as a monster.
That's why they that's why they cared about the family. They're just like your mother and father are missing, and both Bruce and Bastion were like family.
It's about family.
Family.
It's why I drive. It's why I fight. It's why I drink Coors Light.
Oh, goddamn good, Jesus.
Oh no.
Good impression. I felt like Vin Diesel was actually here. Holy shit.
I'm a bad person.
He looks like Agent 47 sometimes.
Oh god.
Right. Yeah, Bruce, after a while, finishes the comic and, he folds it up and hands it back to you, Bastion.
He hands it back to Alvin. That was his.
I go ahead and throw it back in my bags.
You're a far cry from the little kid I used to know.
A lot has happened.
I look at you and I don't see that kid that was hiding away from a Deathclaw. You're a man now.
I think that kid is still in there.
Thinking back to the Alpha Deathclaw incident.
When I saw it, I froze.
I'm not shocked. You're strong and you're a capable fighter, but
I became the Apex because it's the only thing that can survive in a world where nothing wants you to.
he sort of shakes his head. I don't think either of those things are true. I think you're not giving the world enough credit. Sure, it's hard out there, but there is goodness and good people in the world.
There are. But what's supposed to stop the things that take advantage of them? What's supposed to stop the forces that would try to take advantage of you. If you can't.
I'm just saying... What am I trying to say? I guess just... be careful with this whole other persona thing. You say that that little kid is still in there. I like that little kid. I grew up with him. He's my little brother. And I love him to death. I don't know who the Apex is.
His protector.
You always were a imaginative kid.
I nod shallowly as I lay down.
Eventually, there's a knock on your barracks.
I sit back up.
Bruce actually goes to answer the door. He opens it up. And oddly enough, you see in full Brotherhood of Steel scribe uniform, offering a Brotherhood of Steel salute to your brother, a ghoul. And he salutes him.
Paladin Dread, I see you are back. There is something I need you to find out there for me. I am assuming you are going on another expedition soon? Yes?
I am trying to place the accent through all of my comic books. What role would that be?
Smarts?
Nope, 6.
Hard to
This
tell.
is new and strange, and it's a ghoul, and I'm half awake.
Your knowledge of accents is rather limited. You've only ever heard your typical Midwestern American accent.
And I've only seen written like horribly translated French accents and stuff like that in the comic books.
Yeah. And Bruce turns to you all. This will just take a minute. I need to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
You have friends. They were allowed inside of the grounds? Yes? Yeah. Allies, and that one's my brother. Ah! Bastion! That is the one you kept talking about.
Eyes widen a little.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Many stories this one has told me of you. You crazy.
Oh boy.
I nod. Yeah, adds up.
Anyway, this one needs to go out there and fetch me some supplies. You are on deployment. Yes? You are back. That means you were probably given the orders. In a manner of speaking. I see. Here, I have list.
And a crumpled piece of paper is transferred to Bruce's hands.
Right. Well, don't die. I will be very sad if I lose that power armor. And you all, don't die either, I guess.
Didn't think about it. First thought when I wake up, sir.
Appreciated.
He looks at you. He looks at you one last time, Bastion, and he grins. Crazy Americans. And he wanders off.
I look at my brother. Is he a spy? Because that's how all of the spies in my comic books would talk.
What?
Ghoulie spy!
No. Paladin Dragoslav is, he hasn't been in the Brotherhood as long as I have, but he's been with us for a couple of years. I don't think he's a spy. Apparently he comes from an entirely different country. He got turned into a ghoul and didn't really have a lot of purpose, so he came and found us.
What does he do here?
He's a scribe. He does bookkeeping and stuff like that, but he also has some pretty good knowledge of technology.
I guess that's what the list is.
He just wants me to pick up a few things while we're on.
Where would these things be found?
Just around. He wants me to pick up some books, some metal. Odds and ends.
I nod and lay back down. It's late.
Yeah.
Must be some pretty good technology with what you guys got around here.
Well, there was a time that we could produce more power armor with what we've got, but, well, ever since our defeat at the Arch Grounds, we've lost most of our equipment. We haven't been able to reproduce any power armor, and so with every one we lose, the ones that get lost are lost permanently.
Well,
Seems less than ideal.
Yeah.
so you need special equipment to make those. You can't just use like a angle grinder and a smelter to make the ingots and all that kind of stuff?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, well, shit, that's that idea out. Huh, I was really confident about that one, too. Huh. Well, heck, if it's special equipment, I mean, heck. Is the stuff on that list for that special equipment?
I don't think so, no. I think this is just stuff for maintenance.
Ah, hell. Well, that's no trouble, though. I mean, happy to lend a hand regardless. Man.
I'd appreciate that.
Little bummed, though, about that. I was really thinking I could fix up that armor by just going ahead and just heating up those ingots we found over at the mill.
You've got a set of power armor?
It's busted up T-51. I've been going hither and thither and finding out all kinds of stuff.
That's pre-war.
That's what Cynthia and Bossman were telling me about.
We found it in a Mirelurk King's nest. I killed it.
He made some bracers out of it too.
Yep.
I'm assuming you're wearing those bracers as well.
I de-armor myself when I sleep. I'm not a complete savage.
I have standards, God.
I have comfort standards. Have you ever tried to sleep in armor? I can't even sleep in clothes.
Once when I was LARPing, and then never again, dude. It's like the world's most uncomfortable sleeping bag.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should all get some rest. We're leaving early tomorrow.
That's
Is
what I
there
think so.
anywhere that I can just take a walk around and not be gunned down?
You probably shouldn't wander around the base alone.
Cynthia, for a moment, considers just carrying Bruce around while he's asleep, but then thinks against that and just sits down.
Probably raise
Alright.
more questions than anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just think through my to-do list.
All right.
Once I wake up, I'll try thinking of some new ideas to get that stuff. I got the steel, got the core, got the circuitry. I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. Thanks for that, Bruce. And I'll roll over and just have myself a little sleep.
Hey, you got room for me there, Sean?
Absolutely, Starshine. Get on in.
All right, scooch.
Gotcha. Scooty, scoot.
Cynthia
I will
stares
nudge
at them
to
with
make
a
some room.
large grin.
Oh,
You-
friggin' whatever.
You sleep through the night. Cynthia and Louise make me wits rolls.
Okay.
Interesting.
8. I swear if you get an 8.
That's 10.
Yay.
Let's see. This is contested.
Ooh, screwed up. Cynthia, you're lost in your thoughts. However, Louise, your reflexes are highly tuned, and you open your
Why
eyes
are you
and
laughing?
you see Bruce slowly creeping over to your bag.
He heard Phil.
Phil rattled too hard.
He goes down and he what's their backpack like? Does it have like a buckle or just a flap?
Yeah, I would assume. Can I roll to creep out of my bed and sort of come up behind him?
Sure. Make
What's that?
that'd be another wits roll.
Okay. 11!
Let's see if he know. Let's see if
I
he
thought
notices
that's what you
you
just yelled as a way to creep up behind.
Yeah, that's what Sarah yells for sneak attacks.
Let's see if.
I
That's
just yelled
what,
numbers.
sometimes.
Oh, Bruce, you suck right now. What the fuck?
Yes!
I
Yeah!
rolled
It's late.
2 1s.
He should be sleeping, is why he's not doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's not
He's
doing it.
tired.
He
He's
does
got
not
EP.
notice your approach, and he like slowly leans down to pull the flap open on your bag.
I'm just gonna wait until it actually opens the flap.
He does so. He looks inside. He sees Phil, and he goes, "Ugh." And then he closes the flap back. Curiosity satisfied, and he turns around.
I'll just stand and wait for him to see me.
He sees you immediately.
Okay. Obvious question. Why?
You keep talking to your bag. I got curious.
Oh. Look, I told you I'd introduce you to Phil. It's just we didn't get around to it. Fuck.
Making me think you're stealing from me.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil. You know, you just saw him.
He comes to a realization in his head, and he looks at you and nods. Right.
I'm guessing part of the 2 and 2 together was the fact that I have written her as a psychic who can talk to the dead.
It's the, oh, she's crazy look.
If at this point he
You
turns
would notice.
at all, oh, I know. If he turns towards Cynthia, who has been sitting in this chair, the eyes are now red and completely trained on him, holding a pistol. Not pointing, just holding on the lap, very calmly.
Alvin is just asleep, just patting where Louise was, and then just finds a bit of a blanket and goes, wow. Just goes back to sleep.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Look, all I'm saying is you freaked him out. Why do you think I woke up? And also, second thing, leans in. You fucking go through my shit again without trying to... Words. You fucking go through my shit again without permission. I will have to take you out. Turns around, goes back to Alvin, notices that now her spot is slightly ensconced because his arm's in it, just like, oh, fuck, okay, how do I... All right, move your arm, Earthshine, get back under here. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Bruce looks down. Bruce looks down at the bag one more time, looks up at Cynthia, and just goes, alrighty. And then he goes back over to his bed, and he falls asleep.
Kara's eyes follow him the whole way to his bed, and then stay trained on him every moment that he lays there.
It must be the most awkward trying to sleep ever.
The unrelenting stare of the target security camera.
Even with his eyes closed, he can see like red light.
He wakes up a few more times and just looks over at you, turns
Still
on his
there.
side to try and... and
If I don't look, it's not there. If I don't look, it's not there.
and you all sleep through the night, and morning eventually comes on a new day, as the runaways have now been reunited, and Bastion reunited with his brother, as they work to tackle the wasteland once again. And with that,
And Dave is here too.
and Dave was there too.
Dave got to see the whole thing.
Dave just still staying at the gate. Hello?
You forgot about Dave, didn't you, Cynthia?
No.
Never.
Yes, you
I
did.
know.
You totally did. You forgot.
I did.
Now, Dave, everybody
Dave-
gotta talk
Dave
like they
also
got
noticed.
something to say.
Dave also noticed.
Dave
Dave is
noticed. Just
also
roll
here.
for him. But with that, that's where we're going to end the session for this week.
Woo! We're back.
We're back.
Okay.
Bye, Austin.
Goodbye,
Bye, Austin.
We'll
see you later, buddy.
Really?
Man, who left?
Who left?
Okay, are you doing that on
It's a
purpose
running
now?
gag.
Absolutely.
All right.
Or
Wait, does everyone hear the thing, or is it?
yeah,
only...
it goes ba-bunk.
Da-dung.
Amazing.
Thank you
I'm
for having us
fulfilled
back,
now.
Connor. Sorry, I
Yeah.
almost forgot.
It is totally
Actually, no.
fine.
Sorry, I did forget.
No harm, no foul.
Chat.
We
never
would've had-
would have known.
We
Never
would have
would've
had to
known.
start at the right time.
Look, I turned it on. I got here. I'm in.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
We will see you all again on the 27th. As next week we are going back to Baldur's Gate 3, where the Grunch Bunch have some fucking work
What?
ahead of them.
You're a dad now.
I'm a dad.
Again.
We
Fucking again.
we just
Do you just
cleared out
roleplay
Act
dads
2.
a lot?
It happens.
Look,
It
You really
happens.
do.
Wolfgang's a dad, Panic's a dad, Grunch is a dad now.
The grunch.
The Grinch.
Either way, Mazel Tov.
It'll happen to
Yeah.
Otho, and he'll be so confused. How did this happen?
Whose baby is this?
Whose child?
It's yours, and he's like, "Oh, that is
seems-
incorrect."
That seems improbable.
Preposterous.
But without further ado, let's go around the horn and de-introduce ourselves, starting with Kate. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
Hi, hey, hello. My name is Caitlin Elizabeth. You can find me all over the internet on social media channels at Boobs McBalrog. Except on Twitch, where it's zeros instead of O's, because Twitch doesn't like boobs. I'm actually gonna be streaming a little more. I actually made a schedule. I'm probably gonna be on around 1 to 3 p.m., barring any work that sneakily pops up very last second. But I'm gonna be playing some games, and I think we're gonna be back with Cynthia and Fallout soon. Finally. So yeah, catch me over there here on Twitch at twitch.tv/boobsmcbalrog. And yeah, keep up with socials for I'm gonna have like a bazillion announcements eventually, but
Exciting.
eventually. Anyway, that's it for me.
Right on. Up next, we've got Laney Pator. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
You can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Been playing a whole lot of Against the Storm lately here on Twitch. It's just a really cool, chill city builder roguelike game. Pop on by tomorrow if you just want to hang out and vibe with me. It is an absolute vibe of a game. And I have Twitch chat integration enabled, so if you want to poison my citizens, you're allowed.
Wow.
Not encouraged, but super
this is
allowed.
2024.
Yeah. So pop on in and help try to stop me, because I'm pretty all right at the game. Beyond that, check out 4-Star Bento. Check out my YouTube. I've been posting Yu Yu Hakusho abridged commentaries for anybody who wants to see me cringe through my early work. Yeah, it's a new year and lots of stuff going on. That's me.
Right on. Next, we've got Hey, Mr. Rabbit. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hello, how are you doing today? My name's Rabbit. I'm a writer and a freelancer and a voice actor aspirant, which sounds really cool to say. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Blue Sky at Hey Mr. Rabbit. You can also go ahead and find my VODs up there on YouTube. That's what it's there for. I am scripting YouTube videos. That's the thing I forgot to say at the start of this stream.
Hey.
I've been writing a couple of them, and I found an old camera, not because it's what I had laying around, but because I really like the old-timey film grain.
Oh.
There's a setting for it. So I've been doing that. I also absolutely love role-playing games, RPGs, and horror games. I play horror games with my buddy Sarah. That's that's her. And also my buddy Groove. Groove and Groove, Sarah and I have been playing Lunaseed, which is Connor, I think you'd really like it actually. So it's a horror game made by the same people who made Lost in Vivo. But it's a dark fantasy horror game that plays like old PS1 Kingsfield.
Ooh.
Super good. And I swear to God, there's references to Soul Reaver. I can't pin them down, but there have been a couple where I went, "That's the Raziel!" Like I pointed. You might like it. You might like it. Oh yeah. Well, there are vampires who drink blood in a very Kane-like fashion. Also play Trails in Reverie with Midnight on Fridays. And then for the other days of the week, I've been playing visual novels on Tuesdays. There's a new thing I'm doing. I'm starting to stream on Sundays a little bit in the afternoon with my friend Bev. We've been playing this horror game based off of like 90s anime called Little Goody Two Shoes. And it's really, really horrifying, but really, really good. There are some cutscenes that I can only describe as somehow more horrifying Madoka.
Aw,
Oh.
why aren't we playing it?
Because she's the one who suggested it to me.
Nee.
And her and I are very good friends. So, if you want to see more of the madness, you can go ahead and see me at twitch.tv/HeyMrRabbit. That's me.
Right on. Next, we've got Sarah. Where can they find you? What are you up to?
I'm on Twitter at Sarah with an H and with an Ewillia, and yeah, I've already chilled and whatnot. Billy Connor said be back next Saturday, more Baldur's Gate, and be back on Thursday with more horror game. Yay!
Yeah. And you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, youtube.com/Distortion Devil, as well as Tumblr and Blue Sky at Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. You know what I'm at. Also check out my DM's Guild. Got some cool stuff on there. It is officially hit 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, gross.
0?
Jesus.
It's 0 outside.
It's not fun out there. Texas, we might die.
Oh, wow.
Ow.
Our power grid sucks. So if
It-
you don't
it
hear
does
from
suck.
me, that'll be why.
Thanks,
Not the dead
Ted.
part. I just don't have power.
But yes. This episode of Gateway was brought to you in part by Die Hard Dice.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wiggling around. All right, you ready?
I think so.
Die Hard Dice!
That's right.
Woo!
Die Hard Dice is your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. And you have it on over to dieharddice.com. You can use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order. As well, check out our spring store. We've got all sorts of designs on there, including some new ones that will be in the new year. So be on the lookout for those.
New designs for you, the consumer.
Capitalism.
We also couldn't do this week in, week out, without bits and subs from viewers like you.
Bitches
Like
shoes.
you.
Like you. Look at you. It's you.
Where the hell did we leave off last? I don't remember.
Oh my god.
Just spin the
Mr.
wheel.
Insecure, thank you for the gifting 5 subs to the community. Travis A. Carey, thank you for the 100 bits. In the absence of Gateway, I played all the Fallout games in order. Now I'm caught up with the lore. This TTRPG is accurate to the lore, right? I try to keep it that way. But there are some differences. Geo Emperor, thank you for the 31 months. Happy New Year to the best show on the Unexpectables. Thank you for sharing so much passion and joy. You are all beautiful people. You make the world brighter every day. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Lord Archive, thank you for the 20 months. Midnight Road White, thank you for the 44 months. Stutz 92, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Happy to be here. First episode live after listening for over a year. You have inspired me to finally homebrew a Fallout campaign for my buddies based on the Rust Belt of Ohio. Wish me luck
wow.
and keep being awesome. That's pretty cool.
Have fun. Tell us about it.
I love to see more like aspects of the Fallout universe. I hope one day they do something that's not in America. But yes, always cool.
Don't go to deep Akron. You'll die in the Rust Belt.
Oh my god.
I used to explore the abandoned factories in Akron. That was fun.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
But I wish you luck. It's very cool. Burnout Vaughn, thank you for the raid with a party of 7. Faceless42, thank you for the 16 bits. I heard Bethesda is using Starfield's version of the engine for the next Elder Scrolls.
Oh, wow.
I haven't played Starfield yet, but interesting. Yeah. Zenlina, thank you for the 100 bits. Aunt Sarah's girthy bagels. Spread cream on them and shove them in your mouth.
Oh wow,
Sounds like quite the day.
I don't know if I regret this yet or not, but, well,
Well,
You're a part of it now.
it's a thing now.
It's
Hazy.
a thing.
Hazy Brush, thank you for the raid with the party of 3. Trav Nogard, thank you for the 29 months. Stutz92, thank you for the 100 bits. Magic Ninjago, thank you for the 38 months. And Stutz, thank you for the 100 bits. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. We'll be back, like I said, on the 27th. But until then, from all of us here at Gateway, take care. And we'll see you next time. Who should we raid?
Oh, my buddy Sean is also playing D&D. He was leading some one-shots.
I also see
I
that
think.
Zito is on.
Zito is also
He's
on.
playing some Yomi Hustle.
Girthy bagel, right?
Girthy bagel.
That's going to be a
Girthy
raid message,
bagel.
definitely.
Girthy bagel.
We'll raid. We'll raid.
I
I'm
always
glad
get-
I've given us our first meme of the new year.
I always get girthy bagels for my family.
That's not something I ever wanted to hear.
Gotta
There we
lay
go,
on the
chat.
cream cheese
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
smoked
we're raiding now. We have
salmon.
69 viewers.
Oh, okay, bye everyone.